nobody, baby. Light me up, pour me up, I'm gone. Got me seeing genies in a bottle. Liquor got me feeling like a wrestler, call me Santiago. Everyone listen when I speak. Don't know shit about shit, but I know ball.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Two Nobodies with a Mic. It's a Wednesday, April 16th. How's everyone doing out there? Thank you guys for joining us, or no one joining us. We are live on YouTube, Instagram. We have the whole posse together. Episode 130, man. How's everyone doing? Associate producer CJ, aka Skin Tone, in the house. What
Also
up,
known
CJ?
as Chester Jesus, too. That's a
Shut
new
up.
name.
Shut up. We're not doing it, no. Shut up. Shut up.
CJ, how you doing, man? I could have, I'll add devout Christian into your national champion. I'll add that next time.
He doesn't need a longer
He
He
intro.
doesn't need
Yes,
a longer
sir.
intro.
Yes.
Bro,
You
Eddie,
would
we
love it.
already run late. We already run late
Okay. you're
without
right, you're right.
CJ's fully 32
I
minute
know.
fucking intro, bro. Fuck.
I love it. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry.
CJ has a whole shirt of accolades and a fucking flag and everything, bro.
You should take me everywhere you go to introduce you into every room. And now,
You're my
CJ.
personal Bruce Buffer.
Yes,
Jesus
yes.
Christ.
Anybody, executive producer, any money in the house, room looking clean, not a bunch of shit on your dresser this time. It's all fucking good. How you doing, Eddie Money?
Extremely stressed out, but we're living. We're living.
Well, we have. I thought it's spring break. Or no, is that already passed?
No, I just finished. So now this is where semester just.
Just slam you in the face.
Yeah, I got like 4 projects to go on. I got a midterm tomorrow. Got like 3 other tests and quizzes to study for. So
Right after spring break. So that's
Yeah.
great scheduling.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And we have the guru himself, the man who knows all about sports and gambling. We are the gambling show of record. And that's why we have Rafa the Guru. What up, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
Make sure to add Demon on top of his introductions, too.
What the demon?
Right.
I don't see any horns growing out of that.
That's so,
got that
Actually,
red.
two
You
big
got
ass
the red.
ones.
so good.
He's got
Dude,
the red
that-
lighting behind
funny-
him already.
Funny thing is, I don't think that's not even the first time I've been called that.
Oh,
I'm not
dude.
surprised.
Not shocking. Not shocking.
So just
I tell you,
Matter of
It
fact, you
resonates.
should probably
It
go
fucking-
into the two Nobody's comments, and there's probably people calling you Demon all up and down
Yeah,
that motherfucker.
that shit resonates with me, dog. That's just fuck yeah.
I'll tell you what Rafa is. He is a golf scoring Nazi.
Oh.
He keeps everyone's golf score. I mean, he's like, papers. Let me see the papers. Like he is. Yes, he is very strict. He keeps you very honest. He is golf is a gentleman's game, and he's making sure that you're behaving like a gentleman. Not so much his wear with his shirt tucked out, hat backwards.
100%.
Last week,
Yesterday, I wore a backwards visor.
yes, which actually makes 0 sense because the sun's
There was
hitting
no
everywhere.
sun. There was no
Oh,
sun, which
okay,
is why
okay.
I wore the visor.
Yes,
Because
but
not the top of the dome, man. It's fucking burnt.
the week before. Go ahead, Eddie Money.
We got Big John in the Instagram live chat
What up?
saying the boys are all back together.
What's up, Big John?
Yes. Hey, represent that official BTA, man.
Right here, man.
Right
My
there.
twin, my slime,
Out that action.
Big John's brand, BTA. Go and get
Hey,
it.
we gotta talk. Maybe we'll have Jacob on or Big John on or someone. We have to have someone calling because this is WrestleMania week.
It's
And-
Holy Week, Eddie. It is Holy Week
It
first.
is Holy Week.
What?
It is
Thank you
Holy
very
Week.
much.
Oh,
It-
CJ, come
it-
on, man. Come on, CJ. No doubt about it. This
Dude.
demon knows what's up.
It
He feels it coming.
is Holy Week, and it is also
Oh.
WrestleMania week, which Big John is a fan of, and both of my sons, Sonny is about to get on a plane any second now. He's gonna be in LA. Yeah, him and Jacob are going to WrestleMania.
Hell
So
yeah.
maybe we'll get some.
I'm sick. I got to fire him. That's what Go ahead.
Well, let's get right into it, I guess.
Josh,
Right?
tap in with me. I'm down.
Let's get into our first segment, which we've done for 130 shows. It is called "You Are Fired," and you can hire someone, you can fire someone. But if you're out there on Instagram, Big John, let me know who you're firing. And YouTube, whoever's out there, let us know who you want to fire. We'll give you a shout out. Who wants to start with "You Are Fired"? Go ahead, man. CJ, go ahead.
There is a black person on Twitter, and his name is Emmanuel Acho. And Emmanuel Acho decided to get on his social media and talk about Nico Imialava and try to create this weird equivalency between Nico's situation and DJ's situation, which are nothing alike, zero alike, because DJ got pushed out of Clemson, first and foremost, regardless of how you think he played, if he should have got more time, regardless of how you think, he got pushed out of Clemson, went to Oregon State and was a top 25 team while he was there, and then took a better opportunity after Jonathan Smith and Aiden Childs both left to Michigan State, took a better opportunity at Florida State. So Emmanuel Acho, you need to stick to Joy Taylor and stick to doing her and leave ESPN and DJ out of your mouth and stick to Joy Taylor in your mouth. That's what you need to be focusing on, not DJ, because it had nothing to do with them. And you just created this weird-ass equivalency. And this is why nobody watches you.
Well, Emmanuel Acho is he's just more than a TikTok personality, big first round pick, Texas University, played in the NFL. So he's a little bit more, and he says outrageous shit. This is what these guys do. They say outrageous shit. Now, what was he trying to, what was the equivalent? I don't see.
He said that DJ's situation and Deco's were exactly the same.
But how? Did he explain it? It doesn't make any sense.
They're both
exactly. It makes no sense. He was trying to say that you don't want to be a player and try to go search for more money because the grass is not always greener. And he said, Nico is becoming DJ, going to different schools and trying to ask for more money. I said, that's not what DJ did. It's not what happened.
No, that is not what DJ did.
DJ also left Oregon State not only because the two guys left, because they didn't have a fucking conference.
Right.
How about that?
Right.
How about that?
And
what? And Florida State paid some nice little money. So
and the reason he left, he was all in on Clemson. They were sending him death threats and his family death threats. I mean, they wanted him out of Clemson. Right. The writing was on the wall. I promise you this.
And on
DJ,
Twitter.
And on Twitter, where Emmanuel Ocho lives, apparently, on Twitter.
Yes. And Joy Taylor.
Okay, so that's a 100% valid stamp. Great firing, because those two situations, and we will deep dive into that way more. But let's move on with your fired, approved skin tone.
I love it.
It's never not gonna be.
Never not gonna be good. It's always gonna be good.
Who next, man?
What you got? Any money?
I'm gonna hire some of our friends, family of the show, Sonny, Antonio Lorenzo. I think Cleveland. I think they all finished up their college athletic careers. Or not Cleveland.
Oh, don't be sexy.
My bad. Whoa!
Pump your brakes.
Whoa!
There's one athlete that has another year of eligibility, and I believe he has not made a decision yet. But Tony in Cleveland. Although Tony, I still think there's an outside shot. I shouldn't say anything, but there's an outside shot that Tony. I know he came out and said that's it, folks. But I talked to Tony.
That's why I thought.
Yeah. I talked to Tony in Philly, and let's just say they're trying to do something.
Well, I'll switch up my hiring. I'll hire Cleveland. He posted a great article he wrote. I think it was about a week or two ago. About the transplant they gave to his mother so they could both live. It was amazing. Great piece. If you have the chance to read it, SoonersWrestling.com. Go and check it out.
Yeah, maybe we could link that up. I actually, my wife is best friends with his mom, and she's been needing a kidney for a while. And Cleveland didn't think twice. He was a match. She tried to talk him out of it. And Cleveland is going to give his kidney to his mother. I've known them. It's amazing. It's a great story because I started taking my kids in your part of town, CJ, all the way to Corona Santiago High School. They had one of the best youth programs, and there was this mom who was there with her son religiously, and she really made a lot of sacrifices for Cleveland. And she didn't want to do it, but he's like, "You're not stopping me." So bravo to Cleveland. Cleveland is looking to get to be like an FBI agent or something. We love you, Cleveland. We love you to death. Another Bosco alum. But yeah, that is a terrific story. Terrific story. Yes. Bravo. Another stamp of approval, man. Who's next? Let's get negative. Rafa, give me something negative, man.
Dude, I can't do negative as much as I wanted to do negative.
All right.
I'm not gonna do negative. I'm gonna hire Rory McIlroy. Although I was not cheering for Rory to win the Masters, but he won the Masters. He battled back after a tough break on 18, which we've seen from him before, and he got right back out there and on the playoff hole and got it done. Completed the career Grand Slam, one of I think only 5 or 6 golfers.
I think he's the 6th, I believe,
all time to complete it. So good for him. So it was phenomenal to watch. I watched it driving. It was great to see. It was emotional. It was emotional.
Oh, 1000%. Anybody or CJ, did you guys finally dip your toes into a little bit of golfing?
I did.
What do you think?
I watched golf for the first time.
And I'm curious. Synopsis, your thoughts. For not being a golfer, have never golfed and watched it.
I think I was watching it a little differently than any average person would, though. I was kind of rooting for everybody to mess up.
Oh, yeah. No. I'm cheering for the same thing you were. That's right.
Yeah.
100%.
Listen, people watch NASCAR not because they don't want to see any fucking accidents. That's why you watch NASCAR. You want to see some rubbing, some racing. You want to see people spinning out. Same thing with golf. You want to see a dude hit a shot like you would hit a shot, shank it 40 yards out of bounds. No, listen, let's be honest. We all love to see that shit. We want to see humanity and we want to see guys be human, So Eddie Money, no, you're right there. You're right there, Papa.
No, it was an interesting watch for the first time. I think definitely seeing like some of the shots they take and like the way like they're able to put backspin or some shit and the ball comes to the hole. It's like pretty crazy. It's pretty cool.
It's insane.
Yeah. That's funny you say that, Rafa, because I was going to fire all the Rory McIlroy haters, which
I dislike him. I dislike Rory.
You're gonna have to explain something.
You can explain the lore.
Yeah, explain the dislike, because you're not the only one. I mean, I'm in a couple different golf group chats, and
just like a golfer.
The venom.
Oh, it's easy. Because he's kind of so you guys we talked about it a little bit last week how some of the guys left to the Live Tour and they got paid a fuck ton of money, 80 million, 100 million, 300 million. They got big amounts of money, right? And so he was talking shit about all of those guys leaving for the money. And so it makes him come off like a fucking crybaby because they left for the money. But Rory is arguably for the last 10 years has been one of the 3 most famous golfers on the planet, right? And it's still going to be Tiger Woods. But he's right there as the active guys. He's one of the 2 or 3 most famous right now, active, that are playing every week. Tiger is still active, but he's not playing, he's hurt, right? So he's, and arguably right now, he might be number 2 as the most recognizable golfer in the world. And only because Bryson right behind him is all over YouTube and all over Instagram. So, But his hate for those group of guys and talking shit and crying that they left for the money and yada yada yada, he shouldn't. He should just shut the fuck up.
You know,
So-
he was very indirect with that, Rafa. He spoke about it, right? He didn't call out anyone. He didn't mention any names.
No,
But
but
he stood up for his league. He stood up for his beliefs and his you had to take some kind of listen. And Rafa, you and I always say this: don't hate on anyone's money, right? Like it would be very hard for me to turn down $10 to join a different podcast. Since I don't make any on this one. So but he carried the flag for the PGA when it looked like it was going to be a mass exodus to the LIV. I mean, Phil Mickelson got 300 million, Rafa.
I know.
You know, they offered Tiger Woods $900 million.
Damn.
$900 million. So
if Tiger gambled as much as Phil, Tiger would have left for that money too. That's the thing.
Good point. So that is the reason I've become a fan of Rory. A lot of people disliked, one being my son-in-law, MB. If you guys saw it, I think 2 weeks ago or at the PGA tournament, where on the practice round, a Texas collegiate golfer talked shit to Rory right after he, shanked the drive or whatever. And he said out loud, right next to him, just like you did at the Masters, Rory immediately went over to him, took his phone. A lot of people didn't like that. A lot of people thought that was a bitch move. To me, I have no problem with it. Golf is one of those sacred games, and we all just saw the cathedral, the most sacred place for human beings, maybe other than St. Andrews, where golf was invented, Augusta, Georgia. And this whole, we've seen it with your favorite center, CJ.
Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey.
People try to get a rise out of you. These
You
fans.
can't touch them though. How do we not understand?
Yeah,
that?
you can't touch.
Oh,
people.
okay, he did it. He touched his phone. He
Can't.
didn't-
That's
Doesn't
touching
matter.
him. That's
Doesn't
touching
matter.
him.
Yeah, too far.
That's touching him. You can't.
Don't
you
get in my
cannot
personal
touch.
space.
Yeah, that's personal space.
So it's just golf is sacred to me. Like we don't even talk to each other. There's no one watching us, and when you're teeing off, you don't say shit. Like I didn't like what that kid did, and he had to apologize. Did I love what Rory did? But you know what? The next a-hole that's gonna do that to a professional golfer better think twice, because leave that shit for football, leave that shit for baseball, leave that shit for other sports. Golf is a sacred thing. It's a gentleman's game. Don't try to get your 15 minutes of fame and talk shit to one of the best golfers in the world. I didn't have a problem with it. I get what you're saying. Don't touch.
So you're basically saying golfing is not a heckling sport.
No, it's 100% not. You can't. So at the
No.
Masters,
Yeah, I
the
know.
Masters,
Yeah, I knew
when
that
you're-
before.
part of the patrons, like you, which is the fans, but they call them patrons. You cannot. You can't have your phone even while you're out there watching. Like you can't have it out, or they will escort you
No,
out, you get kicked out, whatever.
Don't
They have
even have it.
payphones. They have payphones around.
Don't even bring it in. They don't want you to bring it in
Yeah.
the grounds.
It's
So-
a weird comparison, but it's the same thing with shot put and discus. When you're around in that area, you're not allowed to be loud or speak or heckle. Like you have to be completely silent. Or the judge will literally yell at you out of the crowd and say leave.
There is no screaming at the Masters. Obviously people cheer, but if you get caught screaming, you will be escorted out.
That's funny.
It's crazy.
You need to
So-
leave.
Dude, so those tickets, if you're lucky enough to just get one directly from them, it's $425. The resale market is
Oh.
9,000.
Jeez.
9,000. Like they were asking people, oh, how much did you spend at the gift shop, at the pro shop? Dude, 2,500, 4,000. A lady's like, oh, I spent 2,500, but last year I spent close to 5,000. Like
I
I
got-
golf polos?
Dude, I got numbers on that, Rafa. I have numbers on that. Okay, and you could double check me on this, but So at the Masters, it's in Augusta, Georgia. Augusta, Georgia is the country club, but the tournament is the Masters. It's the only major event that's played at the same course
every
every
year.
year. That's
Yeah.
why it's so sacred. They only sell Masters merchandise that week. You know how much they made? And they don't do it online either.
Yeah, it's like
I-
70 million or something, right?
$70 million
In 1 week?
in 1
Yeah.
week. And
Monday through
and,
Sunday.
and you could
Flip
never
that shit.
Can we go like a two nobodies golf tournament or something?
Right.
and you can't go there like the day after and buy any. You can't go there the week before. They only sell it.
You
and
know what,
it's-
Eddie?
It's wild.
That makes a lot of sense because I'm not gonna drop numbers, but when I was in high school at the Bosco Golf Tournament, you got people that are donating money, and it's not little numbers. Like it's up there. So I can only imagine the Masters is 30,000 times that amount.
It's an event like no other, man. Like no other. So
Alexander Chacon 720 agreed with your take on the phones, Eddie.
yeah, man. Like stop being punks. Like, oh god, it just really pisses me off. Really pisses me off. So that's am I next? Am I next?
You're
I
next.
was okay. I was going to fire the Rory haters, but you know what? Even Rafa, who is a part of those, still gave it up. Grown men crying all over the country and in Ireland as well. Grown men everywhere crying when Rory won. It's something you don't see everyday thing. He had it's like almost would you say Steve Young? Can you compare Rafa another albatross around someone's neck? Maybe Jordan not winning 7 years, Kershaw not winning a World Series. Can you think of another like cross Steve Young when he finally won his Super Bowl? Is this the biggest albatross that's ever been lifted off of an athlete? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think.
The thing is, Rory was winning tournaments. He just wasn't winning the Masters. That's the thing.
That's the
He
one
was still-
that's
he was
avoided
still-
him.
Yeah, but he's still winning tournaments. So he's still winning. He just wasn't winning that one. So I don't know if you can
but
compare
still,
it to any.
It was huge. It was. Listen,
No,
that
no,
was
obviously it was
and
monumental.
it's the most important Masters. I mean, it's the most important major event. Would you not agree with that?
I think so.
was-
I think so.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to think of another athlete that went through something like that. And if you witness when he won, the emotion immediately broke down, just started bawling. I mean, if you are not any kind of AI robot, it was emotional. Even if you hated him, it was
No, it was emotional.
moment.
It was emotional. It was emotional. I didn't like Jim Nantz though, sucking him off like this was the greatest feat ever and this and that. Like, dude, Tiger's Masters win at 97 was more impressive than that. And so, like,
for
come on.
sure. For sure.
I
It was
mean-
not the most impressive win. He didn't
No.
have a good round. He kind of almost choked it off again. The round wasn't impressive, but the feat, to win it with that much pressure on him, because he has choked this event away before. That's why I'm saying, what would, for these guys who don't watch golf, what's your other analogy of a professional athlete that
Vince
I
Young
mean-
would have been if the way you're describing it would be Vince Young for me.
Vince Young or Steve Young?
Or Steve Young. I'm
Oh, I
sorry.
was gonna say, yeah,
The
yeah.
thing is, I don't think it's Steve Young because Steve Young sat behind Joe Montana for a while. So when he started, what did he start? 3 or 4 seasons before he won that Super Bowl?
But the
like-
thing with Steve Young, though, Rafa, is that he replaced a legend. He sat there and was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, knowing he was just gonna sit there on the bench. And then when Joe left, Joe was like Tom Brady. it was like replacing Tom Brady as the quarterback. Joe was revered. He was the GOAT at that time. A lot of people did not have love for Steve Young, even how good he was.
What about Dan Marino? No Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
Well,
but the thing is, we're talking
never
about
won.
somebody actually
One.
somebody because Rory accomplished it, Steve Young
Oh.
accomplished it, and you know you can't really say Jordan accomplished it because he couldn't even win a goddamn playoff series without Scottie Pippen. So just to bring Jordan up
There
in
we
here
go.
doesn't work. I'm just stating facts, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. I have no idea who you could compare it to. Maybe LeBron winning one for the Cavs. Maybe I don't know. The Cubs finally winning a World Series after that long. You know, you can do it as a team. As an individual, I don't think you can.
What about Kershaw?
Well, I don't
Kershaw,
know because
Cy
Kershaw.
Young, best pitcher in the league for what, 12 years, and choked in big games in the World Series, right? Or choked or cheated, however you want to fucking put it.
Not doing that. Not doing that. I will battle every motherfucker on that till the day I die.
They're banging
And
on that
even
trash can.
and even then, they weren't banging the trash can for 4 games at Dodger Stadium, and they still
There
lost.
you
So they lose to Dodger Stadium 2 games. Kershaw still his feet. It wasn't like they won the World Series because of him. He wasn't even the World Series MVP.
Okay.
So there's nothing you can kind of compare it to, I think. But even though Rory was still winning tournaments, it was just that one.
Yeah.
Like Phil, what's Phil? Does Phil just need to win? Is it just the British Open for his Grand Slam for him to complete the Grand Slam? I'm not sure. So I think Phil is only one away as well. If I'm not mistaken.
Eddie
'Cause
Money,
Phil's
can you
won a
look that
plane.
up? Yeah. What major has
Phil Mickelson not won?
not won?
Because he's won the Masters. He's
U.S. Open.
Okay, so that's the one that's
Wow.
eluded him. The U.S. Open is the one that's eluded Phil. So if Phil wins the U.S. Open, he will be the 7th golfer to complete. And at this age, can Phil do it? Probably not. But, we'll see. And now I'm going to cheer for Phil. And Phil's a live golfer anyway, so I'm always cheering for Phil. And he's a degenerate fucking gambler. So I'm always cheering for fucking Phil Mickelson.
Yes. Shout out to all the degens out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
really?
sure. All right, Eddie. What else you got,
You're
Eddie?
fine.
Let me fire the University of Colorado Boulder. If you guys don't know, again, this generation with their knee-jerk reactions, the university has chosen to retire Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter's jersey forever. You may no longer wear those numbers if you play for the University of Colorado. Now, that being said, I understand Travis Hunter's, but I don't understand Shedeur Sanders. Although they were monumental to the comeback and uprising of the program, Colorado was a powerhouse of a football program with John McCarthy as their coach in the late 80s and 90s.
Joe Klatt.
Not Joe Klatt, no.
That was after.
Cordell Stewart.
You don't think that was still at like the like in the very end of their heyday with Joe Klatt?
No. We're talking
Yeah, the Nebraska days.
Every kid in my high school wanted a Buffs hat, Buff starter jacket. First of all, the colors are badass. They ran the Wishbone with Darian Hagan, but like the newest version of the Wishbone. You had Greg Beaker, some defensive monsters. What was the receiver? Charles, I don't know. But anyways, they were a very, very proud program. I think they've only retired 4 jerseys all time. And just like this reminds me, Rafa, of how you were very pissed off on how USC retired Caleb Williams' jersey.
Too early. I just
Too
I- I'm saying
early,
too early.
right?
Too early for Caleb. That was my opinion with USC because they had, and yeah, he won the Heisman. I just thought it was too early for Shadur. And I'm going to play devil's advocate with you with Shadur. I don't
Okay.
agree with it
Of
either.
course, Rafa is.
No. I
No,
don't
that's
agree.
what
I
the
don't.
show's about.
No. I
No,
don't
no,
agree.
no.
I don't agree
Just
with it
because he
either.
said devil.
Mm.
Yeah, demon.
Right.
No, because and this is the only thing that you can make a case for Shadur is that he's, although only playing 2 seasons in Colorado, he's top 5 all time in passing yards in Colorado history. He's got more than Cordell Stewart, who played. So, and I mean that's all I'm throwing out there. I don't agree with it. Travis Hunter, fine, he won the Heisman, yes, but Shadur is top 5 all time in passing yards in that program.
I just want to throw a nugget in there because I agree with everything you said. Just not the fact that it had anything to do with our generation being knee jerk, because your generation is probably the one that is allowing this to happen in the first place. Your generation is in the administration saying, retire this. So I don't think this has anything to do with us. I think this is on you guys.
That's a fair argument because, do I think Dion went to administration because this has to be an administration thing, right?
100%.
I would hope that Dion didn't go and say, I want these boys' numbers retired.
There's no way he didn't.
He didn't.
Like
There's
you
no
don't
way
think
he
he
did.
did?
There's no way he didn't.
Right, because there's no way like they just were like, poof, let's do it. Like there had to have been a line, a subtle conversation, something in there that had
It was
the
in that extension.
administration.
It was in that extension.
Right.
You think that's what it was? Like, look at what
Oh.
we're doing for your boy. Like, we need you to stick around a
we
couple
need you
more
to
years.
stay. That is I like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Hey, he ain't staying. They should have waited till next year because he gone. He gone to whatever team that he gets drafted by in the NFL. That coach, I'm calling it now. Put it down, red tag it, flag it, whatever you do, Eddie Money, how you keep tabs on everybody. He gone and will be the next head coach of the Giants, the Cleveland Browns, the Raiders, wherever the hell Shedeur Sanders goes. Dion going to be there.
And we should
Very
all,
soon.
as Americans, come together, riot, and burn that bitch to the ground. It's unacceptable.
It's going to happen, man. And I saw, I don't know if it was Klatt, I saw it today, Klatt or somebody else, a college guy, and said, this is actually detrimental to Shedeur's sort of draft stock. Is like, because that was my worry with him coming to the Raiders. It will no longer be the Las Vegas Raiders. It will be the Dion Primetime Las Vegas. Their brand is so big that they will try to take over culture, if this isn't going for us. And this kind of gets the narrative going that, do we really want to draft this guy? Like, is he going to be like,
Can I answer your question?
Yeah.
Because I hear all of your concerns, but my thing is like, this is the NFL. Like, look at all Colorado had to do to allow Dion to change the culture. If Dion went to Alabama or any other school, I don't know if they're allowing him to completely revolutionize their entire city, basically, to do what he wants. Like, Colorado Boulder is a very extreme, unique situation with Dion because they allowed him to affect the damn GDP of the city and did so much to create waves. And I don't know, NFL, nobody's bigger than the brand name.
Amen, brother CJ.
I agree. No, I agree, CJ, but there are some teams that would let, you think about a Jacksonville Jaguar, I'm trying to think. There are some teams that would welcome a rebranding of their organization. Cleveland Browns. I don't think Dion would ever go into Cleveland, Ohio. The Giants are definitely a brand, right? Bigger than the Sanders name. But I'm just saying, as a GM, and if I'm a head coach, I am concerned of drafting it has to be at least in the back of your mind. It's like, if we bring this kid, and he doesn't find success. He doesn't like the system. He doesn't like his I need Travis Hunter. Go get me Travis Hunter.
Too fucking
You
bad,
know, Dion does every podcast. He does every show. He's gonna be asked, "Is Shador happy? What do you think about this?"
buddy.
And Dion,
I would hate that for Dion. I would hate
it's-
that. It's-
Can we
You know- go ahead.
can we say that we're just assuming all of this and pinning this shit on Dion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can we
100%.
What if
1,000%.
Can
this
do.
is not even? What if this is not even a thought? Like, what if this is like Dion wants no part of it, and we're all assuming this?
Well,
None of his actions to this point have shown us that he's capable of doing that.
hold on. He
Well,
did
well,
say
well.
he has come out and said, if I was to go to the NFL, it would be to coach my boy. That is a quote. Okay. That is a quote. So we could also agree that history repeats himself. And Dion, if he's not happy, he gonna talk shit, man. We seen him talk shit to Tony Romo. Dion is gonna stay quiet. If you come after his son, if you talk shit about his son, he gonna be like, well, his O-line sucks. He can't say that now because he recruited his fucking O-line. But if he goes into a situation, Rafa, and his son doesn't find success, do you really think Dion is gonna say, well, my son's just not good enough? Come on, man.
No, I
No
don't
way,
think he's-
Jose.
obviously he's not going to say that, but how many episodes in how many starts and who knows if Shador even starts next year, right? But
Hopefully not.
how many starts before Stephen A starts talking shit about him?
One.
It's probably ESPN probably put it in
Actually,
his
zero.
contract.
Zero.
Right. You must talk shit about
You must
Shador
talk shit, yes. And then go on the sideline, confront
and
him,
attack Dion.
have 8 camera angles, to make
I
sure
get it. To
and
get
say,
it.
I normally wouldn't talk about this, but there was cameras there, so I had to talk about it.
And make sure the podcast after, that's the only thing you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, yeah. Stephen A. Smith ain't no dummy, man. So that's what I'm saying. It's I agree with Rafa. It's too soon. Travis Hunter, 100%. Every Heisman Trophy winner should get. I believe that's happened. At SC, right? They're all retired, but they've waited 10 years. Like, who was in that class last year? Like that from SC. Like Caleb wasn't the only one.
It was Reggie Bush.
Imagine
What?
that. You fucking
Wow.
you couldn't give Reggie Bush,
His
One of
own
the-
shit.
one of the 3 best college football players of all time,
Ooh, nice call.
right? And
Can I-
college football players of all time, probably one of the 3 best, 4 best, whatever, of all time, and you couldn't give him his own fucking night?
Right.
Come on, USC.
Come on, Mike.
Okay. Can I guess your top 3, Rafa?
Yeah, I'm talking. It'll be hard. It'll be
Okay.
hard because
Okay,
mine's
well,
mine's based off of like a single season.
Okay,
Yes, that's
I
how
know
should
I
be.
know it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the clue I needed. You
There
just
you
gave
go.
me your 3.
All right.
You just gave me your 3. So you said Reggie Bush, so that's
Mhm.
3. Number 2, I'm gonna say Cam Newton.
100%.
Yep.
And
Ding,
number
ding,
1,
ding. And
Tim
number
Tebow.
1, 100%.
No.
100%.
No.
100%. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
bang, 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 bang,
I
bang.
would take that shit to my grave that Tim Tebow's the
Who
best
is-
college
okay.
football player all
Can I
time.
ask you a question then? And I want both answers, both of you. Who had the single best season of any college football player?
In my opinion, Cam Newton.
Easy.
In my opinion.
Easy.
That's my opinion only.
Give me Joe Burrow, LSU all day
No.
over Kansas.
All you guys are
Yeah.
high. At least the young guys, I'll give a pass to, but there is that question is ridiculous. It's Barry freaking Sanders.
Did he win a
It's- and
national title?
It
Fine
doesn't
question.
matter.
Did he-
Yes,
Eddie,
it does. Yes, it
Eddie,
does.
Listen, when Cam Newton started that season from
Yes.
coming from junior college, by the way, where he won also the national title, and then he comes to the SEC, back again to the SEC, okay, because he was at Florida, he didn't get to play, got kicked out, all the bullshit, right? When he comes back and he starts unranked and he's just fucking rolling, and rolling through guys. And he was unstoppable. And he was the quarterback. And he won the national title. He won the Heisman. He won the national title.
Of course.
Player of the
Yeah.
year, yada, yada, yada. He was that. And guys hate Cam Newton or whatever. Barry Sanders had a great season. Fine. But he didn't win a national title.
That's my number 2.
He's a fucking running back, Rafa. Eddie Money, just if you hear the stats, they are mind-blowing.
But
If they
the
didn't
most
win a national-
important
if
one
they
is
didn't-
missing.
Well, it wasn't because of his lack of productivity or effort. He did what?
You sound like Skip Bayless. You
We
sound
need to
like,
put Eddie
it's,
in the
about,
1v20.
it's about
We need to put Eddie in the
charisma.
1v20.
It's about charisma.
Barry Sanders had no charisma. That's how good he was. Barry Sanders' season is by far the best athletic performance in NCAA football history. It's
I got
not
two.
even close, Rafa.
2 are better.
Dude,
in my
I thought Cam was better. I thought Cam was better, and he did it with less. And Joe Burrow had
Not
all the
less
talent.
Not less
That's
than
the argument.
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders didn't win, though. That's the thing. Barry didn't win.
that's what canceled him out of the argument completely. It's
Because
like, did he win
I'm
last
talking
time?
about one single season. When you're looking at one single season,
right.
if you looked at one single season, we're talking about just one. That Heisman, national title, player of the year, yada yada. Cam Newton got them all. Barry had 2,600 yards rushing, whatever amount of 30-something touchdowns or whatever it was, but he didn't win the national title. And I
So
know
do
he
you
was a
think
running
Joe-
back.
Do you think Joe Burrow's season is better of his because Joe won the title?
Yes, better than Barry's, yes, but not better than Tebow's. Like when you
Wait. Okay, now that was my next question because you said Cam Newton had the best season ever. I would put Tebow because
Tebow's
he
roster
did it with
was
less
star-
talent. Well,
Tebow did it with what?
That's
personally, less talent. He did it with grit.
Oh no!
Oh, I know
Himself,
what you mean.
he was
Yeah.
a less talented player than
Yes.
Cam
Person,
Newton. Cam
yeah.
Newton is
Yes, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
there's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
But the
about that, yeah.
weapons he had
Around him were crazy.
were crazy.
I found
the weapons
I found
that
a
Cam
list
Newton had.
online. See, with best seasons by a college player, they have Barry Sanders at number 1.
No,
They
of
had-
course it would.
They have Joe Burrow, LSU 2019 at number 2.
That makes no sense. That
Cam-
list makes. How do you have a player who didn't
it-
win the title over one who did?
They have
Because-
Cam
because-
Newton,
personally.
2010 at Auburn, number 3. Vince Young, Texas 05 at 4, and Tebow, Florida 07.
CJ,
Listen,
by
like,
your-
Vince Young's season was phenomenal. Also,
Yeah.
who another
Yeah.
player who went undefeated at Florida State, Jameis Winston's season was phenomenal as well.
true.
That
okay.
season was- yeah,
I
that was a
mean,
good season.
there's all of those. So I don't mind Barry on that list being number 1. In my opinion, I watched Cam roll his ass all over that SEC, all over them. Every team you put in front of him, and he practically carried that shit on his back by himself. Cam's season was like Vince's Young's Rose Bowl. That one game that Vince Young
Oh,
had,
man.
Cam Newton did that shit the entire season. That
Yeah.
for me, that's why I felt Cam was the number 1 single season for me.
Okay, so CJ, my argument to you is here, by your standards, then the Heisman Trophy should only go to a guy who won
Two different
the
arguments.
national.
Why? Two different arguments. Because I'm talking about the best single season of a player, which has to encompass accolades. And so, what are accolades? That is the Heisman. That is winning your conference championship. That is potentially going undefeated. That is winning the national title. Like, those are all accolades that encompass having the best season of all time. And when you don't have one of them, that a lot of guys who have similar seasons do, that makes you that de facto less of a player or less of a season.
No one's had a similar season to Barry Sanders. Nobody.
That's not true.
That's
They've
not
been
true.
close.
They've been very
had
close.
guys that have been close.
Who's come
what did
close?
Ron Dane. What did
Ron
he rush
Dane,
for?
I was about to say.
What do you have? 2,200.
No,
They're
he had
not
like
close.
2,400. Dude, there's guys that have been close. And granted, yeah, Barry's didn't play in the bowl. Like Barry didn't play in the bowl
Right.
game. Barry's season was great. No
Great,
doubt
phenomenal.
about it.
Yeah.
The problem is that he wasn't a quarterback, so he couldn't win the national title on his own. Cam Newton won that national title basically on his own. That is the difference for me. That's why I choose him over Joe Burrow.
Did not line up at defensive end on fucking defense.
Yeah,
He could have. He could have.
He could have
Hey,
actually.
he might.
He probably could
He
have.
might, if you would have let him, he might have.
You're
He
probably
was
right.
just. He was just. That was my opinion. That I just thought he was that good.
Make sure we make this a real. Who is your personal
Anybody?
best, athletic performance or college, season of all time?
Eddie might be the only one to answer the question.
Oh, I'm a Cam Newton guy.
I could take Cam. I could take Cam T, but the national championship thing for me holds strong in my heart. I'm sorry. I got to see you win it all.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
had, like,
just to cap the season is what
Right.
CJ's saying. To cap that phenomenal historic season, it would be great if you capped it with a national title. That's all.
If Barry won, Eddie, you have a
he
very
was at Oklahoma State, man.
No,
They weren't even the best team in the state.
That's true.
How's a good liner?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. His
All
dad
right,
wanted
well-
him to go to Kansas.
Speaking of all these great seasons, we have some big news that's been circling the
Big
Twitter
news.
webs for the last couple weeks or last couple days. Nico Iamaleava, hopefully I said that right. He left Tennessee essentially in search of other teams for better NIL options, and it was reported today that he is going to UCLA in the fall.
That you can say.
See,
Oh, there we go. A class.
This
Hey,
motherfucker,
hey,
all of a
hey,
sudden, boy.
Oh yeah, CJ. Oh yeah. Sorry, I
Man,
fucking forgot.
Look at the cow.
Congratulations to CJ who was accepted to UCLA, and now he's going to be riding the coattails of Nico, and Logan's probably trying to transfer back and all sorts of crazy shit. But this goes back to what Eddie said like 2 or 3 weeks ago about the NIL. And Eddie was 100% right. You should fucking hold these kids to a contract for at least 2 years. And so they're fucking, so they have to stay behind. So they have to stay and commit to something. And I guarantee you, Nico is not lasting after this year at UCLA because they're going to go 7-5 at best with that fucking garbage ass roster that they have. And he will be gone next year. Come December, he's not going to play in that fucking Holiday Bowl that UCLA is probably going to get a bid into. Okay, so that's what they're going to play. And Nico's not going to play, and Nico's going to be transferring to Texas A&M or Oklahoma or somewhere. Guaranteed, you'll see it again. You will see it again.
Eddie Money, you just stated that Nico left the University of Tennessee. Now, another way to say it is that maybe he was asked to leave because, and I hope this is not true, and this was a consideration in one of my firings, because everyone knows, big fan of Nico. Went to high school, literally 2.5 miles from my house, Warren High Bears, and just I've been a fan for a while. He's an athletic freak, guy can jump out of the gym. He's a tough kid, super athletic. So I have been on Nico's bandwagon or whatever you say for a while. I'm really hoping that Nico got some really bad advice, and I'm hoping it wasn't his parents. I'm hoping it was an agent. There's whispers that he was threatening not to play in that huge playoff game, right? Where his helmet cracked like a Humpty Dumpty's freaking skull. I'm hoping that's not true, because I want to choose to believe that Nico Yamo be there is a good kid.
My goodness.
It's hard to believe that a 20-year-old kid could find greed that fast.
Thank you.
I'm hoping
Thank
that
you.
there is so-called demon, right?
Thank you.
Agent
Rafa in his head.
speaking. Hey,
Amen.
and let's say this, Rafa. Now, like we said 2 weeks ago about they should be held to contracts. and we've morphed into professional football, right? Now, it is illegal for another NFL team to talk to another NFL player that is not on their roster until a free agency period has happened. Now, if Nico's agent is whispering in his ear before the playoff game, hey, you're underpaid. That contract is dumb. I can get you $4 million, not $2 million. That needs to go underneath the tampering. Like, that can't happen in the NFL, although we know back channels it does, and it, but this is what's going around the country. It happened in the basketball tournament. It happened during the NFL, the college football playoffs. Guys were entering the transfer portal. The quarterback from Penn State entered the transfer portal before his playoff game. That means they are getting whispers from other colleges. Hey, there needs to be a set period and time to negotiate. Let these kids play football. Let them be with their school, with their teammates. And we've let the snake in the back door with these agents. And that's the reason why things have gotten so effed up. And, I'm like I said before, I'm hoping Nico, I'll get off my soapbox. I'm hoping Nico just had some really bad advice. Because now, am I right, CJ? He's not even getting the $2 million that he was getting at Tennessee.
No, so to answer all your questions, so if you read Twitter, any part of Twitter, a lot of people are blaming his dad. His dad has been, since high school, heavily involved in all of his communications, if you want to call it. And his dad is essentially being blamed for the reason why he's asking for more. I have the same hope. I hope it wasn't his parents that were in his ear. It is also hard for me to believe that a kid from Warren, he didn't grow up poor, but he didn't grow up rich, getting $2 million is complaining. It's hard for me to believe that. It's obviously possible. But you're right. We've created an issue. The NCAA is to blame for me. They created this issue by not answering and addressing this issue that we knew was coming. It just happened a lot faster. And Nico is kind of the pony for it.
The poster child, right?
Poster child. Yeah, he's kind of the one that's suffering for it. But
he's not. Whoa,
yeah.
whoa.
Oh,
Suffering.
Reggie. Yeah, I know you're gonna bring up Reggie, right?
I think he has a problem with the word suffering.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
He's
That's not suffering. But I'm talking about all the social media stuff. Like, this kid, no matter where he goes, is gonna be a heel. I don't see
He
situation.
did this to himself.
Not a Tar Heel.
Not a Tar Heel.
He did it to himself. And going back to Eddie's point, where I don't think he got whispers during the playoff game. The playoff game was 4 months ago. This happened 4 months later. So this that they could have had whispers during the playoff or whatever. Fine. That this is 4 months down the road. Because if he would have done this right after he was eliminated, where they lost their game and he could have come out and said a week later, you know what, I'm gonna fucking go into the transfer portal, blah, blah, blah. He would have got all the money that he was demanding from another school. But he did it 4 months later, where all the rosters are basically set. And I told you guys he was going to go to a shit team, a shit program at the moment, because all the other schools are basically set. So, and he did it to himself. He got greedy, like Eddie said. He got greedy. He did it to himself. He's not suffering. He's getting bashed on Twitter or Instagram or whatever because he did it to himself. And good for Josh Heupel for standing up to his ass. And like,
no, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think the perspective that we're coming from is there was obviously some influence. He had to get spoken to by an agent. Like you said, this happened 4 months after. Why is he doing this now? It just didn't happen out of the blue. He just didn't wake up one day and say, I want more. Somebody had to have told him, hey, do you see Carson Beck? He went to Miami and he's better than him. He's getting $4 million. So there is responsibility to the individual. 100%. I'm on board with that. But we're just saying that we hope that this situation didn't grow because his father potentially or somebody close to him, an agent, was in his ear trying to get him more money. To your point, Eddie, no, at UCLA's not paying anybody $4 million. The school doesn't have $4 million to pay.
Well, they do. They're just cheap as fuck.
Well, they're a
state-funded program also. The state-funded program. Yeah,
so it's different.
It's state-funded. Yeah.
Yeah. So
UCLA has some of the richest alumni on the fucking planet.
Yeah,
but their endowment is not huge. It's a state-funded school.
is a state-funded school, so it's like their head coach, like Jim Mora, was the highest paid, or Chip Kelly was the highest paid state employee at one point
Right.
because of the school. But at the end of the day, it was stupid. Stupid decision by Nico to fucking leave $2 million right there in the SEC where
Yeah.
all eyes are on you. You're gonna fucking play at 9 a.m. in Indiana, okay, and nobody's gonna fucking watch. You're gonna play in a stadium that rarely sells out unless the team coming to visit is a big time program or you're playing SEC or
Even-
USC. Other
even
than that,
still,
people don't
yeah.
show up. People don't show up. The fucking student body. CJ is gonna be part of the student body this
He ain't
year.
going.
Let's see if his ass shows up. Let's see if his
He
ass
ain't
shows
going.
up. I mean, he might get some more. You got Nico, you got a big guy coming in, big name, yada yada yada. Maybe you'll get some. Maybe you'll get some people to show up and watch. But you're still gonna be 7-5 at best, baby. 7-5 at best. We gamble on this show. UCLA, if it whatever their over under is, if it's 7.5, take the under.
Under.
So, you know what the weird thing about UCLA is, though, Rafa? They haven't had, a stellar season in a very long time. Did they have a winning? They had a winning season this year, right?
DTR was a winning quarterback.
PTR had a winning season, I think.
So,
Yeah,
my
he might have had a couple.
my point is this: UCLA has a bunch of dudes every year in the NFL draft. Every year, there's UCLA guys, 3, 4, 5, 6 that go early in the draft, but yet they continue not to have crazy successful programs. Hey, look at this guy. We're gonna get this guy on for show your face. Jacoby Amari. Oh, he's busy. Can't say. But
I heard in the background music. Yeah.
and he's like, "Well, yeah, shut your ass," is what he told me. You fat loser.
You can tell him we have a big surprise coming for him later
Well, we have a big surprise coming for you later
on the show if he wants to join.
on the show.
Yeah, we're
About
gonna have Hulk Hogan.
WWE.
We're gonna have Hulk Hogan on.
We're talking Holy Week. Uh,
No, we have Big John coming later. We got Big John.
Big John's coming on. We want you guys to debate. So
And I'm gonna talk shit throughout the whole time that you do it.
we know.
100%.
So
100%. Yeah.
last thing I want to say on this whole thing is the NCAA needs to, like you said, CJ, needs to get a stranglehold on this because this is already morphed. It's NIL, name, image, likeness, right? And I heard someone talking about this. I think it was my favorite dude, announcer Herb Street.
Okay.
That we've morphed into pay for play. And that's what name, image, and likeness. That's not what it was about. It was about
Right.
Getting paid for being on a video game, being
Right.
able to do a commercial because you're a famous player and get paid for it.
Yes.
Getting paid because your
jersey is
jersey
selling.
is the highest selling. These athletes now would be like, if I'm not getting this, I'm not playing. We've
Bullshit.
strayed so far away
Yes.
from NIL at this point. It
Yes.
should not be called NIL. It should be a fucking NFL, NBA contract because it
Well,
is
then-
no longer NIL.
That's very. I feel like it's a very simple way to fix this, and you have the NCAA or somebody else, whether it's NCAA or not. There needs to be some type of CEO. There needs to be some type of president. There needs to be a leader who says, with a governing body, who says, "We're going to make this decision. I'm going to make." They need a Dana White. They need a Dana White.
I was gonna say, I
come
know
in
the
there.
guy, Dana White.
Dana White. Dana
Hope
White
so.
to come in there and say, "Nope, we're not doing this. Nope, you conferences, get the fucking line. Nope, you guys are gonna play each other every year." There needs to be a president, CEO, governing body that says no. And I think the NCAA needs to be dismantled. I think it does a lot of bullshit. Like let men play women's sports. But regardless, like you
Amen.
need
Amen.
you need a person, an individual, or a group of individuals that can be identified to say, we are the governing body of NCAA or college sports, and these are the decisions we're going to make. And the biggest one is not letting people with dicks play with people without dicks.
Dana White, please save
Wow.
us.
I was
Dana
deep.
White.
That was
Dana
deep,
White,
brother CJ.
Please,
Pun
please save
intended.
us.
That
No,
was
Dana
deep.
White. That would be
Full-
my choice.
Full deep.
Dana White would have never let Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA play in the Big Ten. It
Nope.
doesn't make any
Any
sense
sense
for kids.
for Cal or Stanford to play in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yes, I mean, amen, CJ. They need. Can we clone Dana White? I'm
Yes.
serious. Oh,
Seriously.
you know what? Let Rafa run it. Shit, Rafa.
Oh,
He make everybody in the E SEC.
Eddie,
you know what Rafa would
you know
do?
an individual
Rafa would clear all the teams, and everybody would be auctioned.
You
Everyone.
Wow. You know an
Everyone.
individual.
You
we're
gotta
gonna
pay
move
for
on.
your players.
Shut up, Eddie Money. You have a dangerous thought you're getting at there. I think
Yeah.
an individual that genuinely would do well, who loves the sport, who has been an advocate for the sport, Joe Klatt. I think Joe Klatt would be an amazing CEO.
I fucking hate how you guys dick ride Joe Klatt.
I
Joe,
love
him.
Joe Klatt is
What-
great, bro.
what-
You
What don't you like about
like
Joe
about
Klatt?
Joe Klatt? He must be on.
He speaks the truth, man.
All
Who
right.
do you like, Herb Street, Herbie, or Klatt?
He would be another one.
When the season starts, listen to this. When the season starts, I want you to replay everything that we talk about here on Wednesday, and I want you to listen to what he says that the Monday after. That's what I'm saying. Because he dick riding. He's watching what we saying here and running into Monday to Colin Coward. I'm tired of it.
So how
You
about
think-
this?
You think
That's
Joe Klatt is plagiarizing?
Joe Klatt's inside source.
Joe Klatt is plagiarizing Rafa, and that's why
100%. He
Yes.
did it twice last year, CJ. I'm not doing it. No,
Yeah.
I'm not
You
doing
know
it.
what? I've never seen Will Hanley and Joe Klatt in the same fucking
Same
room.
room.
You see what I'm saying? There it is, right there. There it is. Fucking Will Hanley is Joe Klatt. That's what it is, dude.
You know, that's kind of fucked up. Joe Klatt's called you skin tone, CJ.
Right. Fuck you, Joe Klatt.
Shit.
How about this? How about this wild idea? Right? How about if you went to high school in the Western region,
I know
you
what you're
have
about
to
to say.
you have to stay Colorado or West. If
You
you are
guys stay in
Colorado,
California, and USC would be the best fucking
Yeah.
program in this fucking country.
if you are
Suck on
born
that, here, Rafa.
east of Colorado, right, and west of, let's say, Illinois, you have to play the Big Ten.
I
Let's
love
just
that
have,
idea.
listen.
I love
the
that.
two
You know
i-
what?
the
I
two
love that
ideas-
fucking idea. It's
idea
communist. It's communist, and it's
100%.
ridiculous. But I
And you know
love
what? And you know what? You should just have black kids use different bathrooms than white kids because that's what you just did.
Oh,
That's what
God.
you just did, Eddie. That's what you just did. What is this?
Why?
Fucking Hunger Games? What the fuck?
That's
Basically, at this point, who
badass.
can grab the most money before you know?
These motherfuckers are wild right here.
I
And-
love it.
and I'm
You know what, Eddie?
the one who
I-
wants segregation.
Guess what?
Nah.
Guess what, Eddie? Because guess what? In 2020, you would have had Bryce Young, DJ, and CJ Stroud all playing in the same region.
Yes, sir.
None of them would have left.
I'm
You're
just
talking about
tired.
number
I'm
one
tired,
and number two pick.
I'm tired of Rafa glazing the SEC
Yes.
when half of the players are from
from California.
California.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give
We
a
know
shit.
you don't.
The
That's
SEC
the problem.
from top to bottom in every school except in every fucking sport except for water polo is the best. There is no doubt about it.
And
Right.
wrestling. They don't
We'll
have
just
that.
show
Because they're auctioning kids from California. That's why.
All right. Well, as long as there's an auction involved, I like it. I
Can
like it.
I know this is not. Oh God, I'm gonna get hammered for this.
Let's hear it.
This is for yapping. Okay, this is for
Uh-oh.
the yap.
I like
I
that.
like where we're going. I like
This
where
is
we're going with
this is the yapping thing. Okay, so my wife and I travel a lot. We go to the
Oh,
Delta
gosh.
Lounge. My wife will not, and it's not. She will not enter a all gender bathroom, and I'm saying
She
private
shouldn't.
bathroom,
She shouldn't.
but not
I
even not even a private bathroom. So
Does it matter?
she doesn't
Doesn't
like
matter.
to go. She doesn't like to go to the bathroom where a man has been.
Good
She
for
would
her.
never go into one where
Me
either
neither.
are allowed. Right? What? You don't go to men's. You don't go to men's bathrooms.
Rafa
Bro,
only
what
goes to
the
his
fuck is
bathroom.
Listen, I'll be out. I don't shit. So I'll piss anywhere because I don't shit in public ever.
Ever.
So
Oh.
ever. Yeah, I won't lay
Ever.
my ass cheeks.
I
ever.
literally shit in public. Like
I
out in
know.
the
I don't know
open.
how. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Eddie was all ass out in Kansas City, Missouri, bro. All
dude.
ass out. By the
We-
way, and if you saw it,
You don't need
please
to
send.
know.
If we can somehow find you, if you saw that, and
We are
and you were
not-
disturbed by that moment, and you've been going through therapy,
You
Eddie
may
will
be
pay for that.
entitled to some
Eddie, can you
compensation.
You
please
may
get
be
to your
entitled to a
point?
compensation.
Eddie was going somewhere. He didn't get
No. My point is, you mentioned the men shouldn't play women's sports. I 100% agree, but I just want to make a case. Can we get rid of the all gender bathroom?
Yeah.
No.
We went to a restaurant that had 4 bathrooms. They were all gender.
That's because
Yeah.
Eddie's a freak. That's Eddie's
I
a
like
freak.
them because at school I could take the cleanest poop. No one bothers me. There's no one in there ever.
Right,
Nah.
Eddie. But if you have a little girl, because one day, hopefully, me and you.
Well,
have
I'm talking about the
kids.
private ones.
Ah,
Eddie
that-
Money, you
if
can
me-
fuck
hold
that
on.
Those
bitch.
are
If
obviously. We don't
if
need to talk
me-
about the public ones. Those are obviously ridiculous.
Yeah, the public
I'm
ones.
talking about
no.
the private ones.
No,
Not a good idea, because
it's not.
think about
You're
it. That's
asking for trouble.
right. You walk in there and your wife's in there and she's going to the restroom. She just finished and a dude walks in and he's rushing because he's fucking pissing in his pants. He's got half his fucking pecker out.
Those are obviously. I'm talking about the single stall, one commode room, all gender.
Yeah, it's disgusting because, bro,
Men,
we don't
and women,
piss.
yeah, differently. It's we.
And
we
by the
expose
way-
waste differently.
By the way, the last time I went, not this last trip, but the trip before, Delta Lounge, they have 6 beautiful all gender private bathrooms. Okay, and there's a lady just cleaning it once someone comes in, comes out. I went 2 weeks ago, and there I go to do my business. Right there is sitting a bloody, dirty tampon wrapped up right
There's
there.
no
That
need
would
for that,
piss me-
especially
no
if
need
they
for
have
that.
6. If you have 6, why not have 3 men, 3 women?
Yeah,
With
that's
easy
what I'm
money.
trying to
But that-
say.
Yeah,
It's,
makes
it's
sense.
just easy. It's
Easy
just
money.
6. I understand if you have one bathroom only because you only had one space to put
One-
one
right.
bucket, you got no choice, right? But
Right.
if you have 6 all gender, like it's just now you're just catering to the tards. That's
And
just
what
what you're doing.
pisses me off, because we have the same. I work at Long Beach City Hall. We have the same kind of all gender bathroom. They're kept up so nicely, and I'm like, why don't y'all just separate them and upkeep both bathrooms? Like, why do you make an all gendered one and just make it spotless?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we're just,
You're right.
we're solving problems here on Two Nobodies, man.
Look
Just
at us
knocking
talking
them out.
about fucking shitters.
And
Unbelievable. Well,
if anyone could talk about shitters, I should be the expert on it.
Speaking of shitters, let's transition to the NBA. What the Atlanta Hawks did yesterday was a fucking shit show in Orlando.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Trey Young, Trey Young getting out there, getting hot and heated, throwing the basketball, getting ejected. The NBA came out and said he was making a mockery of the game last night. I don't know if you saw it. He got ejected from the game in the fourth quarter. A little bit of frustration from Trey.
Yeah.
They didn't play well. They got their fucking nuts kicked in by the Magic. They're going to play Friday night, which it's early still, but it looks like they might be playing the Miami Heat. If he throws one of those tiny man tantrums again, you're going to be in trouble with Trey Young. You're going to be in
Tiki-
trouble, baby.
Tiki Hockey Club goes. His Two Nobodies paying Edward that much. He has his own private shitters and Delta Lounge.
Yeah, buddy.
Listen. Hey, I'll tell you one last quick story. Don't be a Delta Lounge. Philadelphia Airport has the worst lounge of all time. One stall. Okay, I had to go. I
Ew.
go. It's locked. Okay, it gets
Ugh.
better. Gets better. I come back out. My wife's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "They have one shitter." I wait 5 minutes, go back. Now I have to wait. A security airport cop comes out of the stall with his German Shepherd, and the stall was tiny. I'm like, now I have to think. Okay, all gender is one thing, but you brought your dog.
All
guy could
animals.
this guy could go to any bathroom in the entire airport. He doesn't work for Delta. This dude is a airport policeman. He took his dog into the shitter with him at the Delta Lounge in Philly.
Maybe they both had to go. Eh? You know what? 3 motherfucking animals shit on that toilet that day. 3 of them.
3 species.
3
Yeah,
of them.
That was wild.
Did you guys?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys last night. Memphis and the Warriors was a great game.
Great
The Grizzlies
game.
battled back. You got to be able to inbound the ball there. I mean, you're watching that. Did you see it? I mean, you're
Oh,
down
yeah, I watched it.
3 seconds left, and you get a 5-second violation. You couldn't inbound the ball.
Dude,
Tough break.
That's wild.
And the Warriors get to face the Rockets, which I would be shocked if the Rockets won more than one game in that series. And NBA TNT, they're trying to sell it. Oh, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. It's not. It's really not.
So Rafa, Jacob and I last week were watching. I think it was Houston Lakers, maybe, and we're both thinking the same thing, and we've said it out loud. We're like, how in the F is Houston the 2 seed? Like, how'd that happen?
It's those runs that teams have. Like you looked at the Thunder last year, and then and last year, when the playoffs started, I told you Thunder were going to be out maybe one series, maybe two. They were out in 2. Okay, and that's going to be the Rockets this year. I'm telling you, I don't think they win one. They maybe win one game against this Warrior team. Like maybe one game against the Warriors. That's all. Like,
listen, they're young, they're athletic, and they can shoot, right? But listen, as a Laker fan, I couldn't have been more pleased with the Los Angeles Clippers of Inglewood that they won, and the Lakers did not have to see the Golden State Warriors. I am terrified of that team, and if I watched that game. Terrific game. The question I have for you, Rafa, is have you ever seen Jimmy Butler more willing? He came out and said it twice. He came out and said it at the right after the game interview. He said, "That is my Batman. I am the Robin." He said it again in the press conference. He reiterated his statement is that he has no problem being the Robin to Steph Curry being the Batman. And he says, I know I always believe in the team that I'm playing with. But with me and Steph Curry, their confidence level is so high. But my question to you is, have you ever seen Jimmy Butler, who is an alpha male? And I will add this, Rafa, was very abrasive, not like the way he forced his way out of Miami. I feel like he has some sort of validation now because of how well he's playing and how good this team is. It's like, you know what? He had every right to be pissed. He had every right to want out. Like, how do you feel about, first of all, his willingness to be number 2, right? And do you now agree or disagree with how he forced himself out? Because he seems very happy.
He's forced his way out of everywhere. He was number 2 in Minnesota when he got traded to Minnesota because Cat was clear number 1. He was number 2 in Minnesota when he was. Cat was clear number 1. Cat was a clear number 1. That was Cat's team. You showed up to Cat's team when Anthony Edwards was drafted. Cat was a clear number 1, and Anthony Edwards assumed the number 1 spot last year, and that now you were able to just trade away Cat because you had a real number 1. When he went to Philly, Embiid was the real number 1. So when he went to Miami, he was the number 1. He just, he forced his way out. He didn't like the way things were going down there with Pat Riley, whatever. He wanted XYZ amount of money. But he's always been a clear number 2. He's always been a Robin. He can be a Batman. And he proved it in the finals runs that he had with Miami, where he got the NBA Finals, the East Conference. He's proven that he can be a number 1. So it's just, he's in my opinion, Jimmy is he's a great offensive player, but he's a better defensive player.
Yes,
in my opinion. And when you're playing alongside Draymond on that defensive end of the ball, on that defensive side of the court, I mean, it's for him, it's more natural, I believe. I think it's a better fit for him because he doesn't have to be the best defensive player. And in Miami, Bam, but it's not the same. Draymond is almost your size. He can guard the best guy at your size, and you don't have to guard the best guy at your size every night because Draymond can do it. So you won't have to guard him for 45 minutes or 44 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever he's playing. Draymond's going to take that load off. And on the offensive side of the ball, in Miami, he had to be the guy. Now here at Golden State, he doesn't have to be the guy every night because it's usually going to be Curry 95% of the nights. So when your shots come, when you have the ball, it's a little bit less pressure because you know that the guy, the main guy on the team, the number one, is the best shooter we've ever seen. So, it's a little bit less pressure, I believe, at Golden State for Jimmy, is what I think. And I think the Warriors are going to be phenomenal. What I did see, though, that when Memphis got back into that game, is they were able to get inside with Edey. And Jerry Jackson, they were moving a lot. And Houston, I don't think he's going to give him that issue, although Sengun is a big guy, but he plays a lot in the outside. So we'll see. But Houston, I think if they win one, they're lucky. In my opinion, I think if they win one, they're lucky. And if they win one, they probably win game 1 or game 2. After that, good luck. Because
I agree. I agree. That's why I asked you, like, number 2 seed, they do not look like a 2 seed. They just don't.
No, but we see that in the NBA. We see that. We saw it last year with OKC. And so we're going to see that. You're going to see that in the NBA where these teams have great regular seasons and then they're going to lose in 5 in this next series. And then, by the way, the Clippers-Nuggets series, that's going to be, I think, probably going to be the best fucking series.
Who do you got, man? I know. I think Denver's ready to implode, and I'm not a huge fan of the Clippers. And
I'm a huge fan of the Clippers. Did you watch the game against the Warriors? Like, how good was James Harden in that fourth quarter and overtime? He was phenomenal. Zubac is playing. I mean, he's playing amazing. But he's got to guard the Joker. What's he going to do there? And the Joker, he's unguardable. He's guaranteed 20. I think he's like Mike Tomlin. Like, Mike Tomlin starts the season, like, he's going to win.
Do not compare mediocre Mike. Mediocre Mike. Do not compare mediocre.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, Mike Tomlin's going to win. He's going to win above. He's going to be above 500. He's going to win 9 games. The Joker's going to have 25, 10, and 8. Like, he might just start the game there, and then from there on, you got to contain him. So, which is going to be tough. But the way Harden's been playing, I mean, just to close out that game against the Warriors, Kawhi, I mean, they played well. They played well. And so I think this would be the best series. I think we could see it 7. I think we could see it.
Agree.
Speaking of the series, we have all the odds listed out here. You can give a little your take on who you think will win, or if you see any value in these lines. Starting off with the Knicks and Pistons, we have Knicks at minus 370 and the Pistons at plus 300.
Yeah, so this is the shit that pisses me off about the NBA on TNT. That they are trying to push that shit, and the only reason that people love that show is
because that's their job, Rafa.
No, listen. The only reason we love that show is because they're funny. But when you actually listen to them and you say, oh yeah, no, because the Knicks better watch out. Bro, the Knicks are minus 370. That means they're probably favored to win this series 4-1 or 4-2. The Knicks should, like the Pistons, being in that 6th spot. It reminds me of the Rockets in the 2 spot in the West. Like the Pistons have no reason to even be there at that 6th spot. And are they a better team than Miami? I can look at the teams. I can look at Miami and tell me Detroit's a better team than Miami. No chance. Are they better than Chicago? Yes. And yeah, they ended up in the 6th seed. Fine. If they win 2 games against the Knicks, I'd be shocked. I'd take the Knicks and Jalen Brunson, who's phenomenal and is probably going to get MVP votes to finish like 4th or 5th in MVP.
Listen, let me be honest here. And Rafa, you have to be honest too. I know you watch a lot of basketball. You're not sitting down. I've probably watched, 5 or 6 Knicks games almost to entirety and probably watched a lot more, bits and pieces. I couldn't tell you if I watched a full quarter of Detroit Pistons. I've watched a lot of highlights. I've seen this guy Caldwell. I've seen how good he is and how great he's been. It's shocking. But let's not. I mean, these guys in TNT, they watch every single game.
Listen,
they might have a point here.
They have one guy in it. They have Cade Cunningham. Don't tell me Jaden Ivey can play the game and this and that.
They all can play, Rafa.
Oh, no. They all can play compared to us 100%. We're talking about Cat. We're talking about Jalen Brunson. That's the guys you're going up against. Cade Cunningham is not going to be able to to withstand 2 superstars. in Jalen Brunson and Cat. He's not going to be able to give the Pistons enough from what compared to what those two guys are giving. The one thing that bothers me about the Knicks is that Thibodeau, he runs these dudes into the ground. Like, bro, you're
Yeah.
up 20 with 4 minutes left. Why is Bridges still on the court?
Yeah.
Why am I still watching Bridges on the court? Why am I still watching OG on the court? Like, there shouldn't be there. I think the Knicks have way too much firepower on that team for the Pistons to beat them for even 2 games. I think the Knicks they have too much. And when you remove Brunson, when you sit Cat, you still have OG, you still have Bridges, you still have guys that can score and get buckets. When Detroit pulls Cade, what am I getting? Where are my buckets going to come from?
Mhm.
I'm not going to get 20 points off the bench. Am I getting 25 from my second guy? Detroit, I don't believe has that. Houston has that, but Houston unfortunately is playing the Warriors. So
Yeah.
that's the difference. Am I getting 20 from somebody else besides Cade? And I don't think I am if with Detroit. It's a young team, maybe not in the next couple of years, but good for them that they're in the 6th seed. I can see the Knicks winning the series 4-1, 4-0, and call it a night.
I hate to jump back to the Western Conference, but I was thinking about this on the way home. I wanted to ask you a question. Because a lot of whispers out there that Draymond Green possibly Defensive Player of the Year this year. And I'll be honest with you, this year I thought this was that year where he would kind of fall off, and you don't see it obviously in the box score. That's not where Draymond Green now shines. He's a great passer. He is that dude who sets picks, not the scorer, not the 3-point shooter that he was, but there are whispers of maybe Defensive Player of the Year. Now, my question, and I thought about this, and I came up with one person. I don't know if it's disrespectful, and you could tell me if it's not, but I thought of a glue player. He is such a glue player and is such an important person, because I remember there was whispers of maybe Draymond coming to the Lakers, because of LeBron and the partnership with Maverick and whatever sports they have. And I was like, I don't want Draymond. And I see his value watching, because I've watched a lot of Golden State basketball, and I see how scared they are since Jimmy Butler has gotten there. My comparison, I would love to know a comparison for you, was Kurt Rambis. And I know Kurt Rambis wasn't a scorer, but he was that dude that you needed on the team with a bunch of scorers who did all the dirty work. Is that fair? Kurt Rambis, Draymond Green, or is Draymond Green just a far superior basketball player than Kurt Rambis?
Oh, I think that's disrespectful to Draymond, because I said last week that I thought Draymond was one of the 3 best defensive players of all time. That's my opinion. And when you watch Draymond play, Draymond, like if you watch the game last night, for the most part, I think he had, for the most part of the game, I think up until the 3rd quarter, I think he had like 0, 6, and 4 or something like that, 0, 6, and 5. Like Draymond can run the offense like a point guard, and he can defend your best player 1 through 5, and we've seen it. Draymond has always been a player that his talent has been disrespected, and the Warriors were the first one to disrespect that. The first time that he became a free agent, where he wanted 5 years, 85, which was the max at that time, and they didn't want to give it to him. And then he was offered by somebody else, and then they ended up giving him the 585. So he's always kind of been disrespected, and he always talks about it. Well, I was a 2nd round pick, and yada yada yada. Draymond is a phenomenal defensive player, and I don't know who we can compare him to. The only thing I can compare him to, and without the scoring, like the offense is not even close, right? This player, Scottie Pippen's offense was completely superior to Draymond Green. But everything else, Draymond Green is equal to Scottie Pippen, I believe. At rebounding, playing defense, passing the ball, running the offense. I think Draymond it was just as capable as Scottie in those categories. Not at scoring, rebounding, playing defense, passing the ball, running the offense, all of that. Draymond is comparable to Scottie. The only thing, Scottie was obviously a better scorer, right? A lot more dynamic on offense. Draymond always wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but he can shoot the 3 a little bit. So that's, for me, I wouldn't. And it wouldn't shock me if he was Defensive Player of the Year. He's been phenomenal all year long.
Yeah, he does little tiny things that, and especially at the end of the game, he has a knack for just swiping at the ball or boxing out for someone to drive to a lane. He's just that savvy effing NBA
He,
player
he's
that,
one of the
that
smartest players in the league.
yeah,
There's no doubt about it. He's probably one of the 3 or 4 smartest players in the league. When you listen to him talk, when you watch him play, if you appreciate the game, you can appreciate watching Draymond
Mhm.
on a nightly basis.
for sure.
He's that good.
For sure. For sure. Um,
What's the next
guys,
game, Eddie Money? You got a line on?
yeah, while you guys talk about the next game, I'm going to take a small little
Do it.
pee break.
All right. So other series, we got the Bucks at plus 165 going with the Pacers at minus 190.
Yeah, dude. So because Lillard's more than likely out. Who knows if he comes
Yeah.
back? But if you've watched Giannis the last couple of weeks, man, he's been phenomenal. I think this is where you get value because you have the best player in the series is on the Bucks. The experience is there. Indiana's still a young team, but a phenomenal offense, right? And you have experience with Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, who can shoot the 3, rebound, big guy, all of that. But I think when you look at Indiana, they kind, Miles Turner playing from the outside. I think that's a favorable matchup, kind of for Milwaukee, because the issue I have with Milwaukee is Brook Lopez always trying to play from the outside. So
Yeah.
Miles Turner being able to play from the outside kind of gives them all right, we can kind of wash the Brook Lopez out in this series, where it might not be that, he might not affect us that much on the defensive end. And Milwaukee got Bobby Portis back, who's going to be healthy. Looks like for the playoffs, he's very good off the bench for them. I think value-wise, I think this series, the Bucks could sneak some games in, maybe even win the series. I just think they have the best player in the series. There's no doubt about it. And if Giannis can can put up, 28, 29 shots with 24 of them, 23 of them in the paint, which he can, because none of those guys on Indiana can guard him, the Milwaukee Bucks can win this series. Can they do it? So that's the one where I see value. You got plus money. I think that series is going to be a lot tighter than what Vegas thinks it is. I think Vegas thinks it's going to go 6. I think it can go. I think Milwaukee could turn it and win that series.
Did you see Halliburton just go off the other night? I think it was the last game.
He lights out.
Bro, I love watching him play. My question for you is, Rafa, when we saw, Damon, little time, is Milwaukee underachieving when you saw these two superpower NBA stars? Have they underachieved? Have they lived up to the expectations of when Dame came to Milwaukee?
Well,
I feel like they have.
They've underachieved because they haven't. So this year you had Lillard hurt. Last year they've kind of been hurt. So the roster's never been complete. When they had Middleton last year, they thought he was going to come back and it was going to be, a perfect fit. It didn't turn out because Middleton never came back fully healthy. So you've had injuries along the way. And so, but they've kind of underachieved a little bit. I thought that last year they would be able to win it, and Middleton not coming back healthy, didn't help that. So, we'll see.
Rafa, think about this. 3 years ago, was it 3 years ago Milwaukee won the championship?
2021. 2021.
2021.
I was there.
Okay.
Games. I was there. Watch that.
Did it not feel like Giannis was going to take over the league?
Oh, 100%. We're there in Milwaukee.
Sure.
We're there in Milwaukee, and these guys are like, "Oh, Giannis could be Shaq," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
let's slow that down though a little bit." And my brother, who's a huge Bucks fan, which is why we were in Milwaukee to watch them beat the Suns there, it was like, dude, bring that back, because Shaq Shaq was something else. Giannis is phenomenal around the basket. He just didn't have the size that Shaq had. But everyone thought that. You're right, Eddie. Everyone thought, wow, the Bucks and Giannis is going to go on and maybe back to back and all that.
Yeah, I did.
Well, and then you have their injuries happen and all that stuff, and
the Celtics happened.
Well, the Celtics were already happening because people forget that Celtics team that's been together since like 2017, 2018, that it's been building to finally get to that point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To that title last year. They finally got there after getting their ass whooped by LeBron for so many years, after getting, losing to Toronto, and then, losing in the finals to the Warriors. Like, they took all of those bumps along the way to get there. And so, but yeah, Milwaukee, you thought that. And dude, watching Giannis, I mean, if you watch Giannis a full game, there's
awesome.
very few guys who can guard that man. There really is. That's why I think they have an advantage in this series. There's no one there that Miles Turner's not doing it, Siakam's not doing it. They're not going to be able to do it. If he gets 25 attempts within that 6, 7, 8 feet of the basket, because he's so long, he can literally spin.
6, 7, 8 feet. I would dare to say when he's at the top of the key, he's 2 steps away from a dunk.
He's two steps from a dunk. There's no doubt. He's 2 steps
right?
At the free throw line. You can't give him a step. From the line, it's 1 step and I'm dunking.
Yeah.
So, and this series, the defenders that they have, I think, are too slow. That's why I think to take the Bucks with the 2 series we looked at so far, I think the Bucks at plus money would be a little bit of a value. That's the one. That's the one we can throw something on for the Bucks, because it wouldn't shock me if they won that series.
No, this is probably too soon, but I have to ask because it just popped in my head. Let's say Giannis gets another early exit. We know how focused and how driven he is, and he's been to the top of the mountain. I don't see him complaining, but does Giannis finish his career in Milwaukee?
This was rumors a couple years ago, when after they won the title, the year after they won the title, they had a bad season, yada yada yada. That was a thing, and then they went out and got Lillard. And so, if you can keep bringing in a guy to help them out, because every team has a guy. Like, people tend to, Curry had Durant, Curry had Clay, Curry has Draymond. He's now got Jimmy. Like, they always have a guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So everyone has a guy.
Don't say it, Rafa. I know where you're going with this. Except for LeBron.
LeBron has a guy as well. Everyone's got a guy.
LeBron's had guys.
It's hard to win when you don't have a guy. So if you don't have a guy to at least help you get there, and especially now when you look at the Eastern Conference, you have Boston, who's got 2 guys and potentially 3 guys with Porzingis, who's an exceptional player, right? So, Boston has 3 guys. That's Cleveland has, a guy and a half, or maybe a guy in 3/4.
I love Cleveland. I
love Cleveland as well.
I love Cleveland.
Eddie Money, what's the next series we got?
What is Tiki Hockey Club saying about Shaq?
He said Shaq isn't lying when he says that he would dominate all of today's big men and that he would abuse them.
Shaq isn't lying that he would abuse them, yes. The thing is, I would love to see Shaq's fat ass go out 24 feet and try and guard the Joker. I would love to see Shaq go out 24 feet and try and guard Sengun or Miles Turner. Please, Shaq. Or Shaq, when the Warriors go small, who are you going to guard on defense, Shaq? Who are you guarding? Oh, who's going to guard me? Yes, who's going to guard you on offense? But I can foul you because you only shot 50% from the line. Yes, Shaq. Yes.
Don't go there.
I'm just telling you, and Shaq. Telling you, and Shaq was my favorite player after Jordan.
You're acting
retired.
like Shaq didn't play against anybody. Like, you're acting like he didn't play against anybody.
I'm telling you, Eddie, he played against guys. He played against guys that could not shoot the basketball at 7 feet. That is what I'm telling you. When you watch the Warriors play small ball in the finals and in the playoffs, that lineup was Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. And I forget who the other small was. Oh, and Andre Iguodala. And Iggy. And Andre Iguodala. They had 5 smalls. Match that lineup up against the Laker lineup with Shaq. So you have Shaq, right? Okay, nobody can guard him, but I can just foul him. They had Kobe. All right, we can double Kobe with Iguodala, or Draymond can guard Kobe, right? And Kobe's going to shoot 25 times, although with Shaq he did not. So, and then give me Derek Fisher. Fisher's not guarding Curry. Curry can guard Fisher. Who's guarding Clay? Rick Fox? Robert Horry? Ron Harper? Old Ron Harper? Give me something. There's nothing you can give me because Shaq can't go out and guard Draymond.
Trevor Ariza. guarding the shit out of
Trevor Ariza didn't play on Shaq's
Wrong
team.
teams. Wrong teams.
Trevor Ariza, wrong team. Okay,
I'm
so
trying to
none of
think
them.
of
Because
somebody.
Shaq can say that he can dominate all of the bigs today, yes. But if I have a team where I have, and guess what? I have 12 guys. I can bring out 3 guys at 6'9" or 6'8" or 6'7" that don't fucking play, and we can waste 18 fouls on Shaq shooting free throws. And we can enjoy watching that. Guess what Shaq's not doing on defense? Guarding fucking Joker from 24 feet away. He can't.
Listen, you could foul him 18 times. He is going to be strong enough to fucking make the 2 points and get fouled.
Eddie,
So
if Shaq
in,
played,
in those terms, he's almost shooting. If he's, let's say he shoots 50%, which he shot a little bit better than 50%, he's still making 3-point, half the time he's making 3-point shots.
if
So-
Shaq played in today's NBA, the games would last 3.5 hours because we'd have a hack a Shaq from the fucking second quarter on. That's what it would be. It would be a hack a Shaq every time.
You can't keep 18 guys on your roster. I'm sorry.
You know how
can-
gas? You know how
you can-
gas Shaq would get if he
Ryan
had
Shaw on Curry.
There you go. B Shaw, baby. That's right.
You guys are out of your mind.
Shaq would get show gas like having to guard
are you
anybody
running up
that
and down?
stretches the floor. He's
Bro,
not
he's
staying in
done.
the post the whole game in today's game.
Oh
He's
my
not. I'm
God.
sorry,
Oh my
Eddie.
But
God.
and
Watch
but in the
the game.
post, he's destroying any and everybody.
You
Bro,
guys are
but
talking
it's not
about
only Shaq.
like
It's not only
Sun-
Shaq.
you're talking about Suns, Celtics, fucking Miami Shaq. With the Lakers,
Eddie.
Shaq was
No,
was
I'm
running.
talking about any Shaq.
And listen, Eddie, we all know that he struggled against the Kings, and the NBA gifted them a finals when they played the Kings. And it was Chris Webber and Brad Miller, okay, who stretched the floor, and Vlade fucking Divac, okay? He struggled. Not that he struggled. They needed 20 plus free throws in the fourth quarter of Game 7 to win that series, all helped by the refs, okay? He cannot play. He can say whatever he wants. He was the most dominant player we've ever seen, yes. But Kareem could say the same thing. Bill Russell could have said the same thing. Wilt Chamberlain. They all could say the same thing today. But guess what? The argument will still be the same. You cannot go out and guard Sengun or the Joker or any of these guys who can shoot from the outside. You weren't doing it. I'm sorry. You're not. If you had to play the Warriors, you can match up the best Laker team against the Durant Warriors, and you play those 5 guys. Ha! Good luck.
You act
Good luck.
You act like
Okay,
Joker.
I think Bill Russell would be able to keep up in today's game if he had a little more training with him.
Better
you
than
see him
Shaq.
stretch-
Better than
Yeah.
Shaq.
No,
you see him
hold on.
stretch- you seen him run those fast breaks with the 30
With
frames
Bob
a second
Cousy?
video.
With the whites.
You act like oh man,
The Joker.
You act like the Joker stands like he's Brooke Lopez and just stands up by the fucking 3-point line.
Eddie, have you
He
watched the
shoots,
Joker?
he shoots threes, but he doesn't live
Eddie.
out there.
No,
He
He's
doesn't-
rotating. He's
Watch
rotating
Denver.
to the 3.
He's rotating through the 3, and the Joker gets the ball a lot at the top of the key, where then they start to run their offense. If Joker has to live there with his 35 or 36% from 3, and he has to live there against Shaq, he's going to live there, and he's going to
Well,
eat from there too.
If it's today's game, you can play some form of a zone more than before, and Phil would have fucking created the triangle defense.
Shaq can say whatever he wants.
You're
you
damn
can-
right. Shaq can say whatever the hell he wants because he's the most dominant fucking player in NBA history.
He was for
Stop.
his era. If he plays today, I'm sorry, he would not be. He can say all he wants. He couldn't be able to guard any of those guys from 15, 20, 24 feet away. We know that.
Shaq-
If you
Did
watch
Shaq
the games
not-
every night,
David Robinson. David Robinson.
David
77
Robinson wasn't
points,
shooting threes. He wasn't shooting threes.
but
he
he
was
wasn't
not.
He wasn't a fat tub of lard that just fucking sat in the
Eddie,
post either.
He wasn't shooting threes, though.
We know
That's
this.
the comparison. That's the comparison. Don't sleep on Samaki Walker. That's the comparison. They're not shooting threes. It's a different game. It's
That's a
a
good one, Zach.
completely different game. I love how all these old dudes always bring, oh, well, if I was in the league today, Charles Barkley, stop it. Negro, please. Come on. He was always overweight anyways.
Tiki Hockey Club, we would slow the pace down. We all know playoff basketball is different. I'm sorry. No one's beating the three-peat 80s Lakers or the three-peat fucking 2000
Eddie,
Lakers.
You are naive if you don't believe that the
The Golden
2017
State,
there's no doubt about it. How could you even compare them to anybody?
It's
That
a different
three-
game. Like you said, it's a different game.
They're a different game. They're 3 of the 4 best shooters of all time on one team. 3 of the best. 3 of the 4 best. Arguably could be the 3 best on one team. Who you guarding? Come on. No chance. Let's go on to the next game, Eddie Money. Shaq's a tard.
How would Shannon say it?
Lakers in 5.
Fucking yeah, Lakers in
Yeah.
5. Lip gloss.
OKC Thunder, the boy wonder,
Whoever,
or a
whenever,
one-hit wonder.
Whatever.
Lakers in 5.
Wherever. Lakers in
Lakers
5.
in 5. That's what I'm talking about.
Another East Coast matchup. We got the Magic at plus 1,800 and the Celtics at minus 5,500. So I'm assuming base things.
Next.
Yeah, it's gonna be an ass whooping.
And then here we go. The best series of the playoffs, in my opinion. Clippers at minus 115 and the Nuggets at minus 105.
Yeah, this is gonna be the best series, man. This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a phenomenal series. I think you get really close games, all fucking 6, 7 of them, whatever we get. I don't think we see any blowouts in this series. I would be shocked. If we get one blowout, it's probably in game 1, and I'd see a Clippers blowout, and I'd maybe see a game 3 Denver Nuggets blowout. The thing is, for the Clippers, you have to hold court and win the first 2, because when you get to Denver and you get that elevation change and you get all of that, it's a lot different. So if Denver gets one here in LA, I think it's gonna be an uphill climb for the Clippers, because I don't know if they can win game 3, and then you're staring at game 4 down 2-1 on the road. But I can see it going 7, and I'm gonna give a small edge. I'm gonna give a small edge to the Clippers, just a small.
Okay. Did you knock your head on the way to your podcast room, Rafa? Do we not forget James Harden? Do we always not forget how great he is in the regular season, and then playoff Harden shows up? Do we not forget that fucking Kawhi Leonard might get a hangnail and say, I probably need to sit out game 3 and 4. My index finger has bled really bad.
Not this time, Eddie. Not this time. Kawhi's because Kawhi's played a lot of games this year. He's played in
probably too many.
No, I think you're getting a healthy Kawhi. I think the Clippers going into this, they have to look at it as this is probably the healthiest we've been going into this. Zubac's been playing well. Norman Powell can score the basketball off the bench, whether he's starting coming off the bench. He can score the basketball. 20-point scorer. You can get 20 from him a night. You can get 18 from Zubac. You can get 25 from Kawhi. Can we get 20 from Harden with 10 dimes, maybe 3 to 4 turnovers, limit the turnovers? Can we get that from Harden? I think this year, when you see the Clippers and you're like, and you got to look at James, right? And you're looking at Harden, and Harden's got to be thinking, I have a healthy Kawhi. I have Norman Powell, who's had a career year, right? He when he was asked to start, he was putting up 23, 24, 25 a night.
Oh,
and we saw it. He was crushing his totals every night at the beginning of the year. Was stupid. I mean, the book was setting his totals at 16.5, 17.5, 18.5. They didn't know what the fuck was going
27, 28 a night.
And the guy's averaging 25 to open the season.
Yeah.
So when you're Harden and you're looking at that, you're like, you know what? Maybe I don't have that pressure I had in Houston where I had to be the guy. Maybe I don't have that pressure with where Embiid's struggling and I have to be the guy to carry. Kawhi, Norman Powell, I think they'll take off enough pressure off of Harden where he's going. He's going to get, if he gets hot, he'll take that. But
listen,
but I like
everything you just said is 100% factual. I agree with everything you say. In fact, I think, Denver's, like I said, probably going to implode. They don't seem, obviously there's some kind of rumblings going on after what they did to Malone. But it's hard for me to have faith in this Clipper team. I've said this going into the playoffs before about this team. That's the only I'm only taking history into account, not how they're playing now. I agree with everything you said. I think they're great, but it is my my defense, my wall. Like, don't believe in them this time. Like everything tells you to, but it's history, right? Like,
I think there's a little less pressure on this team this year. I think they have less eyes on them this year, right? And they're facing Denver. It's a tough matchup, but I don't think the pressure is there as it was the last couple of years. And you have a healthy Kawhi. I think this is the healthiest Kawhi's been since probably 2019.
Right.
So,
yeah, it is.
I'm gonna give a slight edge to the Clippers, though. I'm gonna give a slight edge to the Clippers only because the Nuggets fired Mike Malone, and that's just still fucking weird to me.
Did you guys see the clip?
Fully agree there.
Eddie Money, did you see the clip when Mike Malone tried to give Joker the stupid chain for doing, I don't know, it's like oh god, it's so bad. Like, he's giving a post game, like college teams, they give the belt or the crown or the jacket. They had something like that in Denver, and they tried to give it to Joker after a game. Joker was so disinterested. He took the chain, didn't pretend to like it, didn't pretend to put it on. I mean, I guarantee you the second that he threw that shit, it's like this, it's a pro basketball team, man. You don't have to give out the effort chain or the turnover belt.
Just give me my win.
it's the first time I saw Malone, like, oh, if he was doing that, that's kind of very collegey.
Yeah.
Right?
Not of them.
Yeah. Can we talk about a little JJ Redick and
is that the next game?
That's the next game. That's the next series.
Let's
we got
do
the
it,
Timberwolves at plus 180, playing against the Lakers at minus 215 to win the series.
You go, Rafa.
Oh, I like the Lakers, man. I don't like Minnesota, period. Like, nothing about Minnesota. I'm not an Ant fan, although he has great games. But the Lakers have a huge advantage here. I think when you have the two best players in the series, when we look at it, three of the four best players in the series are on the Lakers: Austin Reeves, Luka, and LeBron, right? And then you have Ant from Minnesota, Julius Randle from Minnesota. How good is he going to be, really? Is he going to get you the 24, 25 a night? We know that Austin Reeves, LeBron, and Luka they can get you, maybe 20 from LeBron, maybe 23 from Reeves, and Luka's going to go on for 32, 33. So it's just going to be how JJ administrates and uses those minutes with LeBron and Luka. And we'll see here, this weekend, what he's going to do with that. And I think with him, I always believe, let Luka run the entire first quarter, pull LeBron after 7.5, maybe, anywhere between 7 to 8.5 minutes, pull him out, let him sit, and then let him run with that second unit, whether it's Dalton Connect or whatever. Jackson Hayes, he's gonna have to be able to rebound with Gobert. So Vincent's been playing well off the bench. Dalton Connect's been playing well off the bench. You have guys that have been playing well that can shoot the three. So I could see the Lakers winning this in 6. I don't know if they can win in 5, but I see them winning in 6.
Here's the caveat, right, Rafa? And I'm gonna knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood over here, everyone. I do not believe that LeBron's growing. I have major concerns about that growing. I do.
You don't think that LeBron's healthy?
He's not healthy. Listen, I don't want to compare, but I've had a growing injury in football and
what's that little dog? That little dog meme? You know which one it is, CJ? Where they put the dog rolling his eyes?
Listen. It was the most embarrassing time, right? Because before every practice, when school came out, the head coach, I would complain about my groin. He would wrap it. He would make me stand up on his desk while all the girls were passing as school left, and
That all
make
you
me
got
get
all
it,
the honeys?
and
That all you got
and
all the
make
honeys?
make me get
Yeah.
in my underwear. And he would,
No wonder this motherfucker was voted best bod. All the chicks saw him fucking half naked. He was voted best body in
Coach-
high school.
Coach Rob DeMiro was like, "Oh, you want your groin wrapped? Okay, Santiago, stand up on the desk while every person watched me half naked, and he would wrap my groin." That shit lasted all year, Rafa. That shit, it's everyone calls him a flopper or this or that. I don't think LeBron's at 60%, man. That's my concern.
All right, Eddie, I'm going to tell you something, and Zach's in the chat. If I had saying this, if this was coming out of my mouth, the first comment out of Zach would already been, "Yeah, I'm making excuses for
yeah.
LeBron." That I'm making excuses for LeBron.
For sure.
Are you making excuses for LeBron, Ed?
I'm not making excuses for him.
All right. I just want to clarify.
What I'm saying is, this could be, when Magic tore his hamstring, game what 1 or 2 against the Bulls. It could be over before it started, is what I'm saying. And LeBron, I'm sure, has some German doctors injecting stem cells right in his fucking pichoro as we speak.
Salmon semen.
On his face and his groin.
Salmon or maybe Ellen DeGeneres is bringing baby blood over. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That goes. I heard my name from across the room. He
Yeah,
probably ran
yeah.
back to his computer.
Yeah.
Zach,
I'm
Eddie's
just-
making excuses for LeBron, man.
Are you not concerned about this, Rafa?
I'm not. And look, I tell you what, the last handful of games you watch Lakers play, LeBron has been the third scorer. And that can make it kind of seem like maybe you're right about the groin. But listen, it's not the NFL. And, the NFL, when the playoffs start, this guy's at 70%. Everybody's hurt by the time the playoffs start in the NFL. In the NBA, we can maybe say the same thing. He's, played 60-plus games or whatever at 40-plus years of age. He could be hurt. I'm not going to use that as an excuse for any NBA player, because if you're on the court, I don't want to hear it. Like Bryson at the end of the Masters, and I hate to go back to golf, but I'm going to do it. He's the greatest game.
Don't ever hate to go back to golf. Don't ever hate that.
But Bryson's interview after he had the terrible Sunday was, he said, "Well, I wasn't at full strength." Well, you were out there, and we expected you to win. So with LeBron, if he's out there, I expect him to perform as I don't expect him to perform as a 40-year-old. I expect him to perform as LeBron James. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and that's my expectations for him. For me watching him, that's what I expect from him, is absolute excellence every time he's on court. That's for me. That's my opinion. I don't give a fuck if he's 40.
To
because
be
he's still
fair,
playing.
yeah, and everyone goes at you for actually. Ryan Holmes sent me the LeBron, which we got to get for Rafa. We all got to collect and get the LeBron Barbie doll and put it right by that U helmet. We got to put it right there. We got to let everyone know that you are a LeBronagist. But I just listen. To be fair to Rafa has never been. Look at what he's doing at this age, because he hasn't shown his age. In fact, I don't know if we talked about this last week. One thing that I want to give props, and for the record, I'm a Jordan guy, Jordan the GOAT, UNC all the way. LeBron has his best free throw percentage of his career this year. Did I say that last week?
You said no, you didn't. You said it in our group chat, and Zach said something like "finally" or whatever. So
Yeah, he said
Right.
it took him this long.
Come on, you can't give a dude who's been in the league he's better 3-point shooter. He has who besides Barry Bonds on steroid cream, HGH, who has gotten better, has improved in certain areas after the age of 37. There's nobody.
nobody.
Rick
By the way,
Flores
Ricky
asked,
Flores. Go ahead.
Yeah, he says, "Is JJ Redick go
Yes,
under the prediction first season head position? Only chance
did you
to
guys
win
see
the
that? Did you guys see
No.
that?
No, I didn't see
So,
that.
so every Laker head coach that has been their first year, they either win a championship the first year or they never get to a championship again. It's like 7 fucking coaches that in their first year, it's Pat Riley, the last one before I
Vogel.
always
Frank Vogel.
Vogel,
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. It's there's like 6 coaches that in their first year have won a championship with the Lakers. I know what you're talking about, Slick Rick. Or if they don't win it, they don't win a championship and they get fired. Kind of a crazy statistic. So
I don't. And to answer that, when you look at the Lakers at them trading for Luka, it kind of gives them, it kind of gives JJ, hope that even if he doesn't win it this year, he still has Luka.
Yeah.
When we look at the other guys that didn't win shit, Del Harris and Mike Brown, there's just a fucking ton of them, right?
yeah.
So and when you look at the guys that did win the first year, like Pat Riley, we look at the team he inherited from Westhead. Like, it was a phenomenal fucking roster, right?
Yeah.
Phil Jackson comes in and it's, he's got Shaq and
He's
Kobe.
one tweak away. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a tweak away, and they add Ron Harper and they add guys to win the title.
Yeah.
So, this team, even if they don't win this year, you still have a superstar under the age of 27, and who's arguably one of the 2 or 3 best players in the league, who can still help him win that. So I don't think JJ not winning this year, he might never win again or never win one. I think he breaks that curse. Although Lakers in 5, they go.
Yeah.
Lakers in 5.
So, but
And then, last one before last one before we move on. We got the Warriors hitting against the Rockets. We talked about a little earlier. Warriors at -175, Rockets plus 160.
dude, that is the best fucking value to take of any of the favorites. The Warriors at -175, like it. Dude, if the Warriors, and I don't know what the line is for the Saturday game. I think they play on Saturday. Whatever the line is, take the Warriors money line on Saturday. Like that, don't take them the first half because that place might be rocking. Obviously, right? The Rockets haven't been in the playoffs in a while, and
Oh,
gonna
it's
be
the
rocking.
Warriors plus 1.5, even money on money line.
Oh yeah. No, give me the Warriors. Give me the Warriors. I would be shocked if they lost more than 1 game in this series. Now, if they do lose a game, I do believe it's game 1. If they lose a game, I don't think they can lose even 2 games to this team. The way the Warriors have been playing since the Jimmy trade, I know they lost the other night to San Antonio, and they lost to the Clippers, and they kind of struggled there. And even last night, they struggled. They blew a 20-point lead. But that was against Memphis, and I believe Memphis is going to beat whoever wins tonight. And I believe, and we'll get to that right after this, actually, because we still got a couple playing games that we can talk about. But I think the Warriors beat them. I think the Warriors beat them in 5. 4-1 Warriors. I would be shocked if the Warriors didn't win the series in 5. I'm absolutely shocked. And I think the Warriors are as well. You went and got Jimmy Butler, probably still one of the best 2-way players in the league. So
I listen. I think the Warriors. I think Houston's going to be a tougher matchup than you think. I think they match up well. They have 4 guys that can shoot. 4 young, athletic guys. They run up and down the court. It's whether they make their shots or not. I think they're very similar but younger team to the Warriors. I still would take the Warriors. I just think it's going to be a little tougher.
Warriors in 5. So we got playing game, right? And so Memphis, they played last night. And I told anybody at the beginning of the season, I love Memphis. I love the Grizzlies. They were in that 2 spot for a lot of the season, and they kind of faded here at the end, which is why they fired their coach. Another fucking stupid decision. But they've played well after the firing. They've played well. So it's not like they haven't really struggled. Last night, they got right back into that game. They could have won that game last night. They had a lead in the 4th quarter. They've lost 10 in a row, though, in Golden State. So, you didn't really expect them to win that game. They did cover the 6.5, though. They'll have a play-in game against the winner of tonight, Dallas or Sacramento. They're going to host that game in Memphis. I think the Grizzlies will give if the Grizzlies win, and I think they will be either Dallas or Sacramento. I think the Grizzlies can give the Thunder a run for their money, and I would not be shocked if the Grizzlies took the Thunder to 7 games. I'll tell you right now, because I love Ja Morant. I think he's a fucking nut, right? And he's shooting up shit and blowing up shit and all sorts of shit that he does on the court. But Ja Morant is one of those players that he plays like Russell Westbrook in 2015, 2016, but but superior on the offensive side of the ball.
So
And
there's so many. We have 8 people. We have 8 people watching, by the way. So Eddie, do we have time to stick around?
Yeah, I can stay on. We still got
Okay.
one more person to bring on.
I got Mel here, who's a WWE fanatic. So Jacob's not here. I would love to bring on Mel to talk some WWE.
get Big John on. Is Big John ready to go?
Yeah. But hold on. Have you guys seen the memes of Ja coming through the metal detector as he gets introduced? It's all so good. And I want to address this stupid ass shit that Eddie Money sent in the group chat today. Like that, I saw the play live where Ja gets defended, throws it off the backboard, gets it, and then makes a layup. Jordan ain't never done this shit. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. Do not compare Ja to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has done that and 20 times. Michael Jordan did I'm going to dunk it, switch it to the other hand, lay it up with the left. Michael Jordan has done.
We're gonna pretend LeBron didn't do that at 40 on a dunk.
A couple months ago, and it was a
couple months
left-hand
ago on a
windmill.
dunk.
Okay, I'm not talking about LeBron.
Oh
I'm not
man.
Okay, are we gonna pretend that Michael Jordan didn't come from the baseline, gonna dunk it?
Grayson Allen did that about 4 months ago. Everyone posted
yeah,
it.
he also
Did he not? Did he not? He did it, and everybody,
not like
anybody
Michael
you saw,
Jordan.
Eddie, he did it from the baseline,
Okay,
and
but
everyone
he wasn't
posted
the
it.
first to do it.
No,
He
of course
wasn't the
not.
first to do it.
Of course, he wasn't the first to do it. That's the problem that
Dr.
we have with Michael Jordan.
Dr. J was the
Dr. J
first to
was.
do that move.
That's the problem that we have with Michael Jordan, is that he was the first to do all of that, and now everyone can do it.
Okay, but for that stupid post to come out, that play wasn't that. It was a desperation play for him to throw it up off the backboard because he was getting D'd up. Michael Jordan would have put his nuts on the center's chin and dunked it.
He would have
Well,
put his nuts on him after he got beat up.
That, or he would have just dribbled at the 3-point line and not be guarded, as we've seen in many videos.
Oh God!
Don't try and praise Jordan when we can knock him right away with his ass flopping.
I just had to address that stupid ass Jordan ain't never done this shit. I had to address it.
I ain't seen it.
So for our last segment, it is
First time.
Holy Week. It is Holy Week, but it also is WrestleMania week. I want to bring my niece, and my niece, I call her Melanie. I mean, she's basically my little sister. I was 9 years old when she was born, and she lived with me, and she's basically literally my most favorite person on this planet that didn't come out of my nutsack.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you for clarifying.
Or on the downline of my nutsack. So Big John is gonna come on here, Mel. I'm gonna hand you these earphones.
Okay.
We go and talk.
Okay.
There's no way to put this on speaker so we could both hear, huh?
Yeah.
Is there any way to do that, any money, or it has to be through this
You
earphones?
could try unplugging your headphones.
Yeah, see if you unplug your headphones, Eddie, if you can hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll also introduce the other man coming on.
Yeah, that's interesting. Call Sinead.
Yeah. We got BTA proud owner repping it right here. Also got My brother born same day. Actually, all three of us, me, Rafa, and Big John, all born on the same day. Big WWE fan. Got Big Mean Gene in the house.
Wow.
How's it going? How's it going?
What up, man?
Long time no see. Long time no see.
Where did the rest of you go, bro?
It
Where did the
feels-
rest of you go? Are you on Ozempic too, dog?
What happened? What
Are
happened?
you on Ozempic too, dog? You
Nah, this is
disappearing.
straight. Hey, this is straight work. We're yeeting
He's on
over here.
Big Lean
It's
Gene.
Yeet Mania. It's Yeet
Yeet.
Mania.
Can we
Ladies
get
and
a speaker
gentlemen,
here?
it's WrestleMania week.
Look
No,
at
it's-
CJ.
It's time to get to it. This is what we waited for. Okay. This is our Super Bowl for our wrestling nerds, our wrestling fans, the people who like to slam motherfuckers. You feel me?
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Let's
What
get
is happening?
started. Let's get started. You know,
Hey,
we got
so
a
who
great
is-
weekend
who-
coming up, man.
Let me ask you something. Who is Bret Hart facing this weekend?
Bret Hart is not facing no what?
Oh
What?
my God.
What?
No Bret Hart, no Hulk Hogan?
Brother, don't even speak Hulk Hogan's name when we talk about the WWE right now, okay?
Oh man.
We don't mess with Hulk Hogan. We gonna leave him alone. We gonna
All
respect
right.
what he did in the past, but right now he's in a little gray area. We gonna leave him out the company. He's like Vince McMahon. Feel me?
Oh my God.
But feel me? We got a stacked weekend coming up. Feel me? We got NXT's little stand and deliver. That's their little, I say JV squad, you know, the ones who aren't on the main roster yet. It's a stack card, you know, if you guys are into that. I watch it, you know, so if you guys are into it, we got the ruler Obafemi defending his title in a triple threat match against Trick Williams and Javon Evans. Man, that's gonna be a banger. I'm gonna just let y'all know right now. And I know bangers. You feel me? I know bangers. That's gonna be a good match. Then we got a women's North American ladder match challenge. You hear me? We got a big women's. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. The NXT women's division is the future of women's wrestling. They by far have the best talent in WWE. There's a few on the main roster that, you know, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Jade, Bianca, you know, Rhea Ripley, just to name a few, Io Sky, but we'll get to them later. But this NXT's women's division is a chef's kiss, I'm telling you. And then we got a tag team match, Fraxium. I'm not going to lie, I don't know the other tag team. They're irrelevant. They're fillers. Fraxium is a tag team. They're going to be Hall of Famers in the WWE one day, I'm telling you. They are one of the most legit tag team groups I've ever seen.
Well,
Just letting
Hanley,
y'all know.
with a great question, by the way.
What's
Where
the
can I
question?
bet on these matches?
Hey, look, we're not there yet. We're not
You're
there
a
yet.
legend.
There's certain play. I've
You're a
seen some
legend, Will.
rumors where they say you could bet on play. It's hard to bet on some that, you know, I don't like to
That's
say,
fake.
but it's,
No,
I ain't saying it.
TJ,
No,
tell him.
no.
TJ, tell
we're
him.
not saying it. We're not saying it. Don't do that to me. Kayfabe, okay? It's just saying we know what happens or we know what we want to happen. Just say it that way, okay? Stop hating, Rafa. You need to grow up, okay? You need to
Oh
grow
my
up,
God.
Rafa. You're a grown ass man. Stop hating, okay? Shit. Hey, Rick. You think I didn't see that comment, Rick? I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not.
I
That's my
just
brother
need to
from
say
another
this right now. This is the WWE expert on the planet. Melanie has a library of VHS tapes. She studies like she is the NFL films of WWE. And to prove that, she wears these every day.
Oh shit!
Every
shit.
day. So
I need me some. I
I
need me
just want
some.
her to give her 2 cents.
Get it at Walmart. I got it at Walmart.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
give her 2 cents on a couple big matches. Big John.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do this. So
Do you have any
so
matches you're excited about?
I'm excited for the triple threat match with Seth Rollins, Roman
Oh.
Reigns, and CM Punk.
What do you who do you think wins that match? What are your predictions?
Well, I think Paul Heyman's gonna like do something to Roman Reigns or to anybody. He's gonna screw.
Yeah, Paul's a factor. It's he's been really a little, you know, wishy-washy lately. I'm not liking it. The wise man hasn't been so solid. I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna be in his corner a lot more.
I know.
But
Your brother put Cena
Pissing me
sucks,
off.
though.
You know what's pissing me off? Y'all, this is my best friend. I him and never answer, but he can show up to the motherfucking podcast talking about WWE.
I talked to him 2 weeks ago. I talked to him like 2 weeks ago.
That's what I gotta hop on the podcast to talk to him. But I will continue, please.
Okay. In fairness, I haven't talked to Eddie since I left.
That's me though. I don't talk to anybody when they leave.
Bro, shut up. You're supposed to back me up. You're not helping my case at all. Whatever. Back to the matter at hand.
Get that look off your
Back to
face.
the matter at hand. I honestly think Rollins has to win this match.
Yeah.
I don't need Punk to win this match because Punk is, first of all, Punk. I like his style. I respect him and everything, but he needs to stop acting like he's owed something. Brother, you ain't owed nothing. You just came back. You think you deserve some, brother? Roman Reigns built this company. All right, Roman Reigns carried this shit through the pandemic. 4 years, $1 billion man every single year. You ain't, bro. You can't lick his chops. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? Best in the world. Man, this is the tribal chief.
Yeah.
You know, you acknowledge your tribal chief. Let's stop playing with him. You know, but I think that's gonna be a great match. I think it's gonna be a 5-star. I think in a few years it's gonna be a top 5 all-time WrestleMania match. I guarantee it.
Can I ask something real quick? Because
Yes, sir.
I
The
don't watch
Guru.
this. What tribe is Roman Reigns leading? Is he a Choctaw or
That's
We
a
don't
see,
claim
it's
him.
called
We
the
do not claim him.
bloodline. It's the
CJ.
bloodline. It's just the bloodline.
is he a
That's
Native
what we call
American?
it, brother.
Is he Native American? Because there's only Native American chiefs, player. I
don't
know
think that's
only
true.
2 chiefs.
I think
Patrick Mahomes
Polynesians
and
have
Travis
chiefs.
Kelsey.
Brother, you ain't watch Moana?
It's
You
McDuffie.
ain't watch Moana?
Watch
No, I
the
didn't
She
watch
was the
Moana.
chief. Her father
I-
was the chief. Come on, dog.
I
They
didn't
showing
watch
they,
Moana,
they
man.
showing
I
it
didn't
to you
watch
right there. You need to do your research.
Okay, John.
Will-
Top
Will-
5.
Will Henley.
Joe Clapp. There go Joe Clapp. There we go, Joe Clapp in the comment section.
Will Hanley, I love it. All right, so get
Um,
on. What's the next match?
Can I get?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Can I get
Go ahead, CJ,
top
go ahead.
top 5 WWE wrestlers of all time, John? What you got? And you
Fuck,
can answer as
brother.
well when you get a chance.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
hear Melanie's top 5.
I'm not gonna go in order because it's rough. Because
No.
Okay,
okay,
fine,
fine, fine, fine,
fine. Fine. 5. Fuck. I might throw. Okay, I'm gonna go 1. Honestly, I'm gonna go Taker 1.
There we go. Yeah.
Taker 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Rock 2.
All right.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
For me, Heartbreak Kid, the Heartbreak Kid. Feel me, Shawn Michaels. I'm not putting Hulk Hogan in there, Ralph. I
I
don't know
can't
if you're
believe
waiting
it.
for that.
It's all the Hulkamania match, bro.
No, I don't give a fuck about Hulkamania.
Rip my
I don't- I
fucking
don't-
sweater.
He can rip that shit all the amount of times as he want. Rip that up his ass. I don't care. He does not make my top 5. He does not make my top 5.
As soon as
Okay.
Rafa did hear
And
Hulk
I'm
Hogan
gonna
number
go ahead
2,
and
he
be
lost
biased.
it.
I'm putting Roman Reigns in his spot. We're putting Roman Reigns at 4. We're gonna put Cena at 5.
What?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is
Yeah.
Will Hanley? Who the fuck
I don't know
is this?
either.
I've never seen him
Bro,
in my life.
Bro,
And
every
he
time
always
I'm on the
coming
pod,
for
I
me.
be seeing him on here.
Will
So
Hanley.
I don't know if he knows me or I feel like I went to school with him. I don't know. Maybe.
Will
What's up,
Hanley.
Will?
You did not go to school with Will Hanley.
I don't know.
Let me give you my top 5 before Melanie does hers.
Let me hear.
I'm gonna give you my
Let me
top
hear.
5. My top 5. Number 5, The Rock. All right,
Okay.
number 5. Number
Okay.
4, Stone Cold.
Oh,
Number
can't
3.
believe I left him out.
Of course you did, because you dummy. Number 3,
And you're bald.
Shawn Michaels. Always will be. Been since I was 11. Motherfucker. I was born like this. Born like this. Shawn Michaels, number 3. Hulk Hogan, number 2. And The Undertaker, number 1.
There we
Hulk Hogan
go.
there is a fucking disgrace.
Hulk Hogan is not a disgrace, bro.
Yes,
there's
he
a
is.
reason.
Respect
The
Hogan.
reason this shit made it was
No,
because of Hulk
no.
Hogan.
No, bro. Nigga left.
Bro,
The
there
nigga
is not.
left.
There's
The nigga
nothing
left.
more
The nigga said he wouldn't leave and then left.
Sorry,
He-
John. We do not use that word on this podcast.
On this
I
platform.
apologize. The
we
the
use
man
ninja.
left. The man left. He abandoned Vince. Said fuck Vince and just left. Packed his bags, went for the money, bro, and then ran off to Eric Bischoff. All right, bro.
Oh,
And then
dude.
he went out and said some racist shit. We don't mess with him. Stop
Melanie.
backing him.
Melody, can you give us the
Melanie,
knowledge
give us your top
Yeah.
five.
that you have?
Yes.
Run that top 5.
Okay. Well, I like John Cena. That's my number 1. I like The Undertaker, number 2. Number 3,
I like it.
Triple H.
Oh,
I
I
like-
like it. I
All
like
right.
it.
All right.
Number 4, I like Trish Stratus. I like her.
Ooh.
And number,
Alright.
and number 5, Mickey James. I like Mickey James.
Okay, couple Hall of Famers. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
Different
it.
list. Still didn't see Hulk Hogan in there though. Hulk
No.
Hogan, baby.
I
Man,
like
the-
it. I like
The
it.
hate on the
Thank you.
holster, bro.
Man,
The only
Mickey
thing
James
Zach
is
and
on that
Ross
show,
can agree on
LFG.
is respecting Hulk Hogan.
Bro, I can't believe it. I can't
Bro,
believe it. The
Believe it,
respect for
brother.
Hulk-
Believe it.
Zach,
Please believe it.
Zach, Hulk Hogan has to be up there, right, Zach? Come on, give me something, Zach.
Brother,
He gave his
Brother,
five.
brother,
Give
I
me
will
five
fold
less,
Hulk Hogan. I'd put
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan through a steel table.
Relax.
care.
You out here looking like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, bro. Relax.
Brother.
All right. Come
Wow.
on, man.
Brother,
Come
only
on,
half
man.
the people here know who the fuck that is.
You don't know
Okay.
who Hacksaw Jim Duggan is?
I have no.
I
have
just said
no
I didn't know who
clue.
that was. So
I have
Are
of
you
course I don't
kidding?
know who that is.
No clue here.
No, man.
Oh man.
Was he on a black and white TV screen?
No, bro.
I'm just
He was
I'm
a
just
white,
making
he
sure.
was, he was a
I'm
white
just
dude who
making
would
sure.
come out with the American flag and a 2x4.
That's like the
Where?
average. I know, like Drake Metcalf. You're describing Drake Metcalf.
Shout out my brother
Describing
Drake.
6 different people.
Oh,
I know.
Zach,
So
Zach
what-
gave
what
his
else you
top
got?
5. He gave
What-
Hogan, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, and The Rock.
I like
It's
it.
respectable,
Except for Hogan.
respectable shit.
I like
I
it.
don't-
You can put
why
Taker
did-
in there instead of Hogan.
The
Why
Rock
do
was
you hate-
never one of my favorite wrestlers ever.
No.
didn't
I
like
think
Rock.
I
He's
think
not
The
bad.
Rock was a
I
great
like it.
showman.
He's good.
The Rock was a great showman.
He knew how to sell. That's one of the reasons why he was great is because he knew. Same with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels could, bro. You thought he died in the ring sometimes. You thought he was dead. That's
Yeah,
I'm
crazy,
sorry. Big
Shawn
Show is it. Big Show is in my top 5. I got Big
What?
Show.
brother.
Big
Oh,
Show.
bro,
is
you
Big
gotta
Show
give
in
us
used
my
to
top
top
load
Give us
up
your
that
top 5.
hand.
Give us your top 5,
Big
CJ.
Show.
He used to load up
Gotta
that
give- what's
slow
your top
ass
5,
punch.
CJ?
What's your top 5?
I don't watch WWE
what your top five?
like that.
Say
but if
goodbye
I
to
have to
everybody.
pick-
Goodbye, everybody. Nice to meet
Bye.
you guys.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Melanie.
Nice to
Good
meet you.
stuff, on.
Thank
Good
you.
stuff, honey.
Good job, man.
I don't watch WWE like
so
that, but if
good.
I had
Thank
to
you.
drop 5 names
I'm
of my
gonna use my-
favorite, Undertaker's my favorite wrestler by far. I love John Cena. I can't ever name the guy that does John. Do you know the guy that does the snake thing where he
Oh,
he
hold
and he
on.
does this and he
Go to the
jabs
next
the
guy. I'll think of it.
I can't. He's one of my favorite. He was always the most entertaining for me. Big Show. I love the Big Show. That's it. I can't really name anybody else. Triple H, maybe. That's about it. though.
The disrespect of the Hulk Hogan and the Hulkamaniac.
I didn't watch
It's
Hulk
insane.
Hogan like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Santino
no,
Morella.
that was before your time. Hulk Hogan
CJ
was before.
Santino Morella.
Santino Marella.
Which, funny fact, he is basically running TNA right now, which is partnered with WWE, which is pretty cool. So
There you go, Will Hanley.
for the
Wow.
nerds.
Thank you, Will Hanley, for being fucking productive.
Hey, shout out Zach too. Shout out Zach.
See, Joe Klatt also knows WWE.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
I-
There we
Well,
go.
I
Will, by
haven't-
the way, we
Go ahead.
figured out that you're really Joel Klatt. That's what we
Yes.
figured out.
We've never seen either of you in the same room.
Yeah,
Right.
and,
But
and
we
Joel
have
Klatt
seen you with the
steals
same
our
takes.
takes all the time.
He does steal our tape.
Tired of fucking Joel Klatt. So we figured out it was just Will Hanley's Joel Klatt. That's
I
what it is.
think Eddie Money and CJ are usually when you see our videos, they're like 3-4 days late. I think they're getting paid. I think CJ and Eddie Money, who do our edits, send them to Joe Klatt. So
and then
it
he uses
looks-
our takes. 100%.
We're getting scooped. We're getting scooped.
I believe it.
I like it. Get your money, brothers. Get
I'm
your
trying
money.
to figure out why.
You know what I mean? Get your bag. Get your bag. I respect it.
So, Big John, what's the main event for Sunday, right?
Yeah. So the main event is gonna be, it's the baby face. It's the quarterback of the WWE, Cody Rhodes. The undisputed champion currently.
The Lisp King.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you for mentioning that. I can't stand whenever he talks and gives a promo, brother.
But
Like
Dusty had a lisp.
and I didn't like it when he did it. I mean,
But-
of course they own it, but like it just kind of gets annoying. It's like it's a little back of the ear
But
thing,
Dusty
like
was
buzzing.
the most ghetto. He was
White
the
boy you ever
blackest
seen?
White dude on the planet.
Yeah, he
Hey.
played basketball too, by the way. He could ball.
They called
No way.
Cody Raekwon
Yeah, Dusty
Rhodes.
could ball.
Can you explain what that means? Blackest white dude on there.
Oh, look
You
it
know
up.
what it means. You know what it
Look
means.
it up.
Come on,
You know what it
CJ.
means. And actually,
Wait.
no. Actually,
Blacker
Dusty
than
was not.
Eminem.
Dusty was not the. He was not the blackest white dude. The
And he
blackest
said
white
blacker than Eminem.
dude, dude, the blackest white dude was Akeem. Do you remember Akeem? Eddie?
No, no.
He used to be a big fat dude who he dressed like an African king.
Jason,
His name
Coach
was Akeem.
JB. Coach
His name was-
JB.
Oh,
From-
yep, JB
From
from
Netflix.
Last
From
Chance You.
Netflix.
From Last Chance You.
Oh, yeah.
Coach JB.
Bro.
Yeah.
Akeem from WWE, from WWF. He wore blue and yellow, and he wore the
Cute-
little
Cody's
fucking
cute,
African
though.
hat. Jay,
Brother Jay would say that.
Jay
Can
would
we
100%.
say maybe worst neck tattoo I've ever seen? And
Oh,
they're all bad.
brother.
They're
I mean,
all bad.
No,
but
I've
that
seen
one,
some pretty bad ones, but his is
It's
just
up there.
his like reason he was like, I didn't know it was gonna be that big. Like you still
about
got
that
it
bad?
on a weird position on your neck. Like it wasn't even like angled right. Like you just slapped it on your neck. Like
Okay.
I
So
don't know.
before you get into the main event, I have to give my top 5 because Avenue 30, Glassell Park, Uncle Zero Knows.
Are you banging
know-
WWE?
Yeah, bro, what?
Banging.
Come on, man.
He's
Come
banging.
on.
Bro,
Dude,
Rey Mysterio finna
Okay.
roll up on you in Downey and start kicking down your door and keep banging on him like that.
Rey Mysterio, más superior. Fucking 4'2". Jacob always yells at me. That's not how the song goes. I know, who gives a shit. My number 5. Okay, waking up with a bowl of Fruit Loops at 7 years old, and I'm watching fucking WWF. Is Tito Ortiz, baby. I thought he lived in Glassell Park just like me. Tito Ortiz was the man, and probably none of you know him except for maybe Rafa. Tito Ortiz, Rafa, come on, man.
I remember.
Yeah, white, and he was the good guy, right? He was badass. My number 4, probably the first Samoan I have ever seen. I didn't know what Samoan was. I thought he was Mexican with bad acne, with curly hair. I had no
Jimmy
idea.
Snuka.
Jimmy Superfly
Yes.
Snuka, the first dude who really looked like he was on steroids. First of all, I mean,
And
he
that
was-
motherfucker was glistening. I mean, he
Oh.
was shiny as fuck. His hair
Woo!
was glowing. He had the Jerry curl, and that shit was fucking
until
slow.
until this day, Rafa, and then until this day, Jimmy Fly would get on those top ropes with reckless abandon and straight Jesus pose, like straight.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Yeah, he did. 100%. 100%.
Flying across the ring like he was an eagle soaring in the sky. When Jimmy Superfly Snuka came out, you know you were getting a show. Wrestlers back then, way better. That's the Iron Sheik, the first guy that I really hated. Like I didn't know, I just knew I ran. My best friend Ozzy got me into a camel clutch. I think that's really why I have a bad back to this day. Camel clutch really hurts. You guys don't remember the camel clutch?
I
Just
don't even know what you're talking about.
oh my god, Iron Sheik, and then a dude from Russia. They were tag team partners. It was literal genius. They got the two powers that hated the U.S., put them in a tag team, USSR and the Iron Sheik, and the stories are great. And they were badass, and that's why he is my ultimate this heel goat. Number 2, the Undertaker, man. To this, I mean, he should be number 1.
Yes.
But Hulk Hogan.
No.
And watch the documentary.
No.
Watch
No.
the documentary.
No.
Carried it.
Watch the
Carried.
documentary.
You guys seen the
He-
doc?
Brother.
They
yes.
haven't probably.
Brother,
You haven't.
yes.
You haven't seen the doc?
I
I've
just
seen
said
it.
yes.
All right,
Yeah,
and
Big
you don't.
John
And
has.
you. And
That's
come
a no.
on, man.
That's a no. They haven't.
No, Big John seen it. He said.
I've seen
Okay.
it.
Okay. They explained that Hulk Hogan was the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird combined. He took the WWF to
Take your vitamins, brother.
They took it to Toys R Us. There was no action figures of wrestlers. There was no ring. By the way, that was the dopest shit, right?
That was the dopest shit.
ring.
Remember?
Oh,
The-
I
the
did. I
wrestling
never.
buddies and
I,
shit.
I never
Remember
got
that
one.
shit?
I always, dude. You guys don't know. You had the ring with the wrestlers. You would have your own Royal Rumble with firecrackers and just crazy shit. But Hulk Hogan skyrocketed the WWF into the stratosphere, into cartoons, commercials, Toys R Us. He brought everything. The Rocky movies. I'm sorry, guys. Just because you guys weren't there doesn't mean it didn't happen. And Hulk Hogan.
Nobody said it didn't
Don't
happen.
discredit.
Yeah.
I love Hulk
Like-
Hogan. I love Hulk Hogan for reasons outside of WWE.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not even with WWE. So I love me some Hulk Hogan Monday through Sunday. But I'm saying is I just feel like there's nothing more notorious than that. Goes black, dumb.
Yeah, you're right.
Nothing-
You're right.
there's
No,
nothing better than
no.
that.
You're right. There's nothing
right.
better than that. He might have the most epic
Notorious,
entrance of
Yeah.
all time. I remember Fred was a little kid and he heard that and he'd take off running because the Undertaker was coming out with Paul Bear. Yeah,
I mean,
like 100%, 100%. But
It gives
what
me
Eddie's talking
chills.
about, yeah, but what Eddie's talking about is the same thing I'm talking about. when you go back to the history of WrestleMania and for whatever you want, I guarantee you, and you watch it this weekend, and you will see Hulk Hogan body slam the Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, and it was one of those moments where it was just an epic moment for the WWF. There was no doubt about it. And after that moment, WrestleMania became the biggest fucking event ever. The reason there's
Facts.
2 nights of
Yeah.
WrestleMania is because of Hulk Hogan and setting
Body
up
slamming.
the way they set up the body slam to Andre. And it happened, and it was just the biggest moment. And that's the reason that there is now 2 nights, that there is a week, that there is it's because of him. Whether you want to believe it or not, he left the WWF fine. He left it. You want to hate him for it, fine. That's fine. But you cannot knock what he did for the history of that entertaining. I'm not going to call it a sport. But that entertainment, he did it. It's hard to keep him out of anybody's list as one of the 2 greatest. It really is.
Yeah.
And I know you guys don't like him. You guys are young. You hate that era. You hate that he left. Yada yada yada. All of that. But it's hard to leave off of anybody.
Dude, how old is he now? And he's still rocking the 22-inch. I mean, you know what? Did anyone have Ric Flair? in
Well,
their
this is
top-
Wow,
WWF
No.
because
Wow.
Ric
That's
Flair
kinda-
was a great showman, but when
Yeah.
when people bring Ric Flair, like people say Ric Flair, I always think Ric Flair WCW.
100%.
That's for
100%.
me. Like Sting WCW,
Yes.
the Four Horsemen WCW, Arn
Yes.
Anderson, Ole Anderson, those guys for me will always be the Steiner brothers. To me, always WCW. Scott, Rick
Steiner math.
Yeah, Michigan, the Michigan Wolverine Cats, like that. Even when you talk about Legion of Doom, that to me they started at WCW at James Laurinaitis' pops and Hawk and Animal. I still relate them to WCW, although they came to WWF. I still relate them with WCW. The Great Muda. You remember the Great Muda at WCW?
yeah.
Japanese. Like, come on. By the way, and
Hey.
Zach said Jimmy Fly Snuka did all of that with no shoes on.
You're right.
What's
Barefoot.
everybody's?
With leopard skin Speedos.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
We talked about Undertaker, but what's everybody's like top 3 favorite walk-ins or entrances?
Can I say this real quick? That Jay
Uso.
he's all walk-in. He's all walk-in.
Brother.
It's all
lightly.
he-
No show.
Brother,
He sucks
tread
in the
lightly. Brother, tread lightly.
I'm
Tread
just
lightly.
saying, Papa.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Eddie. Look, I'm interrupting you because I'm gonna tell you right now. Go watch film. Go watch his early days when he used to cook. There's a reason why he main evented WrestleMania before this. There's
Okay.
a reason he's been there. He was with Roman Reigns carrying the company for 4 years during the pandemic. Like don't look right now. He's older. Like people got to understand that he's older. He's not gonna be doing fucking backflips off the turnbuckles like he's a luchador or anything. he does demonstrate new shit. If you watch the Royal Rumble, he pulled out some crazy shit that we never seen him do. Like it's in there. You just gotta trust it. Like they're building him up like this. Trust it.
Trust
my
him, twin.
problem
Talk
with-
to him.
Trust it.
Okay, first of all, Rafa was cooking, by the way. For a guy who doesn't like wrestling, fucking guy cooked for 2 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
Cooked.
No, he did
Like-
cook.
like,
He cooked.
He cooked.
I give him his
Cooked,
respect. He
Rafa,
cooked.
so yeah,
He
you
cooked.
cooked. But Jay is not good on the mic. He's not good on the mic, man.
I agree. But here's I'll give you that. I agree. I think his brother Jimmy is way better on the mic, and like you could just tell it comes way natural, way more natural to Jimmy. You know, like Jay, I agree. His you know, he does his little. Guess what? I'm gonna take it from him this weekend, the heavyweight championship belt, because I am the man. I ain't afraid no more. Like his promos ain't his strong.
Eddie
suit.
Money, please.
But the
Brother,
thing
he's
is-
one of the most
Clip that,
over
please.
WWE
Yeah,
superstars
Someone
ever. I
get that
promise
guy
you. Like,
an asthma treatment. That's what it sounds like. He needs a fucking.
well, you gotta
inhaler.
think, brother. He was just yeeting for 10 minutes, walking down the stairs doing this with fans. I'd be
He's
tired as
all
hell
yeet.
too.
But
He's
if you
all
look at-
yeet.
Hey,
But if
I'm
you
telling you,
look
go
at-
watch film. Go
if
watch
we're
film.
talking about like entrances, and I only go back to what I watched, right? So
Yeah.
Undertaker, obviously, Stone Cold, phenomenal, right? With the two
Yeah.
Coors Lights, right? And then the Ultimate Warrior is just running his ass
Oh,
out
I
there.
knew you were gonna say. I knew you were gonna
Just
say
the
that
fucking
one.
Ultimate Warrior running his ass out there, fucking running side to side in the ring, fucking
Just going crazy,
just going crazy. That motherfucker was wired all the time.
bro. Cocaine,
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah,
Cocaine.
yeah. That
Full line
steroids.
before he left.
Oh,
Just
100%. Are you
Steroids.
kidding?
Straight bump.
No doubt
Steroids.
about it. A whole fucking 8-ball fucking
Hey,
from the locker
he emptied that
to the-
sack. He said,
bro, the whole 8-ball from the fucking locker room to the fucking
Walking out
curtain,
there.
and then he was gone.
Okay.
Motherfucker was
It's,
gone.
it's the only explanation. It's the only
I'm not-
explanation.
listen, another one. Let's just talk about it. Low key, kind of like let's just talk about it. Sting's entrance, I feel like doesn't get enough respect. Like the crow, that crow sound, and then it's kind of like the Undertaker's. I feel like it kind of stole a little bit of the Undertaker's
The
theme.
new Sting though.
Yeah, the news thing. But like
The new Sting.
I fuck with it. I don't know. Like I watched the clips. Like whenever they appear, it's like, oh shit. Like, bro, I swear they showed up in his like Batman. This dude, I swear I seen the clip. He had a painted on mask, took it off. It's the same face, and everybody's like, oh shit, brother, it's him. Brother, it's him. Like, don't whoop his ass. Brother, he took out all 5 of them. I was like, oh shit. I was like 10 years old when my dad showed me that. But
So
yeah, man.
maybe I think you're missing your calling, John. I think you need to get into that arena. But can we say
I'm ready.
so there is different levels of top 5, right? There's obviously Rey Mysterio did shit. There's a new dude that Jacob showed me. This Mexican dude, Rey
Oh.
Diego. That dude's doing
Oh,
some shit that I've never
Penta.
seen before.
Penta?
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Serio. Mario. Yeah,
Yes.
brother.
Okay.
Them
But
ain't
I
no
will say this:
fear.
the two
Zero
best
fear.
dudes I've ever heard on the mic, because that's where you really build your character,
Yeah.
right? Is The Rock on the mic.
No doubt.
Yep.
There's and Randy Macho Man Savage on the
No
mic.
doubt.
Those are the,
No doubt
those are
about
the
it.
two best on the mic.
Dude,
I'm
the
a-
Macho Man.
I'm
when
gonna give
he-
you.
the Macho Man, bro. When he, brother, yeah. Oh, ain't nothing like it. And he started doing this shit. Like you thought he was. That's where Michael Jackson got that from. Well, Michael Jackson. That's
Listen
where he
here.
got it from. The Macho Man. He got that shit from the. When you saw Michael Jackson do
I thought he was
this,
gonna pass out.
that Chris Brown did it. All Macho Man. All Macho Man.
Oh my.
And honorable mention to Stone Cold on the mic.
Oh,
Because
Oh no doubt, no doubt. So
Those three
phenomenal
dudes-
on the mic.
More beer. Another
Oh.
beer.
beer, 3 beer, 4
because
beer.
that's how
Oh,
you
dude.
build. That's how you build your character on the mic. The
Look,
Rock.
I'm gonna give you some. Like I like the old school ones that you mentioned. Those are some Hall of Famers on the mic.
Who's good on the mic right now, Big John? Who on the
CM
mic?
Punk. CM
Alright.
Punk cooks
His old ass.
everyone on the mic. It doesn't matter. He's cooked Roman Reigns, who's great on the mic. He's cooked Seth Rollins, who's cooks on the mic. He's cooked John Cena, who cooks on the mic. Cody Rhodes, he gives good promos, but it's the same thing every time. What do we want to talk about, brother? We don't want to talk about nothing with you. We want you to go and get that title up and get up out of here. We're tired of you, brother. You should have never
How
finished your
old is
story.
Cody Rhodes? How old is
Like
he?
he's like, I think like late 30s, probably early 40s. He's been in the company for a while though. He's gone through like 5 different gimmicks, and then he booted out, went to go to AEW, that whack ass company, and then that same company CM Punk went to, and then they both jumped ship and came back. It's the same story. Everybody who leaves the company always ends up coming back, and they always come back bigger than ever. It's the same story every time. He watched his wrestling doing the moves the same time. Damn straight.
So let's end it on this. What are the headlines on Monday? Who is there?
Because there's Raw on Monday night. Is there still Raw
Yes,
Monday
yes,
night?
it's the Raw
Dude,
after
wrestling?
Mania
How do you
on
know?
Netflix.
Because I
There's
used
an
to watch,
event
bro. I used
every
to watch
night.
Monday Night Raw. I used to watch, and there was no better. There was no better Monday Night Raw than after WrestleMania,
Yup.
or after the Royal
Yes,
Rumble,
yup.
or after SummerSlam.
Most chaotic.
Can you
And
explain?
over.
I don't understand the difference.
So
All right,
SummerSlam
the
is
other
like
ones are pay-per-views. So
Yeah,
so it used to be
PLEs.
when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was Royal Rumble in January, WrestleMania in March,
Oh, so it's like
SummerSlam
in
in
UFC
July.
in
It's
UFC
like a
terms,
main
it's
event.
pay-per-view versus
Right,
a
right.
fight night.
Yep,
Right.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was just 4. When I was a kid, there was only 4 pay-per-views.
I
It
don't
was
pay
Royal
for
Rumble,
either.
WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. That was it. And
Yeah,
then you
now-
had Monday Night Raw that came in. Saturday Night Main
Yeah.
Event was before that, which was
Yep.
phenomenal.
And Friday Night SmackDown.
Yep.
And yeah, but and then that was Monday Night Raw and then Friday Night SmackDown. But that was a little bit after I stopped watching.
Yeah, so look now, so there's Monday Night Raw, then they have NXT on Tuesday, then they have Friday Night SmackDown,
Dude, it's every night.
and then they brought it is every night because they
It's
got
almost every night.
TNA and yeah, it's almost every night.
But,
But,
what I'm asking you, John, what's going to be shocking? You know, obviously we're going to
Like,
see
what are the
stars,
title
right?
changes?
What's
what
the
is
big
gonna-
match on Monday night? What is the big match that comes from
What is
Sunday into
what,
Monday night?
what is like holy shit that happened? Does Cena
Okay.
become a good guy again? Does Rock beat up his cousin? They're all
I got
cousins.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna break it down for you. There's gonna be title changes. Just know that, and there's gonna be a lot of them. Whenever there's title changes, that's when WWE is the best. I'm tired of people holding on to titles and not defending them. Brother, go get your ass up and pass it on. Let's get this going. Let's fight. All right. So look, I'm telling you, Jay versus Gunther. Gunther's coughing up that title. Jay is killing Gunther in the ring. That's
He
gonna be
might
big. A lot of
literally
people
kill
don't
him.
think that's gonna happen. I'm telling you, he's gonna kill him. Then you got Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Jacob Fatu's taking that belt off of him. One of the most crazy, deranged, demented Samoans I've ever seen hit this roster since Roman
That's
Reigns
a-
back in 2020.
It's a bold statement.
Yeah, I'm telling you, go watch film. Then you got it ain't a title match, but Punk, Rollins, and Roman Reigns. That's gonna be a big match because it's a big storyline in the WWE, and plus it's the 3 white whales of the WWE going at it. The
Let
3
me ask you
honchos.
in that match. So whoever wins that match,
Yeah.
they face who they wrestle.
So look, it's not a see. That's the issue with this match. There's no stipulation, so it's not like, oh, this person wins, they go on to face this. This is they hate each other and they want to fight on the biggest stage of the
So
like.
who's the champ right now?
The champs are Cody Rhodes,
Who's the heavyweight champ?
Gunther versus Jey Uso.
That's the main event.
No, that's the start. They're opening the night one. They're opening WrestleMania.
Okay, so there's a heavyweight champ, right?
Yep.
Or the
Gunther.
World Wrestling. That's Gunther, right?
Yep.
And then what's the title below that?
The title below that, that's gonna be the
Intercontinental.
Intercontinental,
that?
which is that's the Fatal 4-Way with Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, and Penta.
So
That's gonna
I'm
be a
gonna
good
tell you,
match.
and I don't watch this shit, but I'm gonna predict it right now. The
me
winner
know.
of the Gunther, whoever the fuck, is gonna fight on Monday night. They're gonna wrestle on Monday night. The winner of Roman Reigns and them cats for the title on Monday night. That's what I'm predicting. If I'm
I'm
writing
telling
the
you, that ain't
shit,
gonna happen.
that's what if I'm writing the shit, that's what we're doing on Monday night. Tune in to Monday night
That's
too, motherfucker.
shitty. That's a shitty call. I'm gonna let you know that now. IWC would hate that. They would hate that. It doesn't
Who the
make
fuck
sense
is
in the story.
IWC?
See, you don't know. I'm not gonna even
a
tell you.
root
You don't
beer.
even know. You don't even know.
It's a root beer. Or is that A&W?
That's
A&W.
AEW,
you fat
boys. You fat fuckers, you guys should know that. All right. All right.
Hey,
God
they
damn
got
it.
A&Ws in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, they
That's
do. They do.
IBC root beer.
I haven't been to one though. I pass them all the time, but I haven't been to
I
one.
saw them in Montana, so I know you motherfuckers got it out there. Up in
No,
the
we
north.
do. We do. We do.
Yeah, Raptor
And then,
versus IBC.
The next title match is Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I think Tiffany Stratton wins this one. Let's just call it out. They've been getting nasty. Tiffany Stratton calling out
Naked?
Charlotte Flair's divorce, saying she's 0-3 in marriages. You know, like no, I'm talking like they were airing it out. Like they went
You ain't
completely
a
off
bitch, you a
script.
hoe. Shit
Yeah,
like that.
I'm talking like they was throwing real jabs, talking about, oh, that's why your man's is in my DMs. Like, whoa, like, what are we getting into? Y'all supposed to stick to the script. Y'all getting off script. This is personal. So I think that's gonna be a good match because I think they really gonna start to hit. Because Charlotte Flair, she has a record of actually like getting into fights with some of the wrestlers she's like going against. So it's gonna be interesting. But I think Tiffany Stratton retains that championship. And then the last one, the heavyweight. This is the King Kong of the night. This is night 2's main event. This is what Raw After Mania is for, because John Cena is already confirmed to be at that Raw After Mania. So either he's going to be a champion or he's not. And I think he's going to
John
come.
Cena's still in the shit
Yeah, he's the one fighting
yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
for the title?
He turned heel at
heel,
Summer
man.
at Survivor Series. He
What does that
turned
mean?
heel.
Look at John
So look,
Cena.
It's
Dude.
like when you turn into a
The
bad
bad
guy, you know, he backdoored Cody Rhodes. He aligned with The Rock. The Rock said this. He said,
Oh, so The Rock is bad?
The Rock is bad. The Rock, Travis Scott.
Who determines who's bad?
Who's Travis Scott? The singer?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
WWE brought him in. Yeah.
Who
he-
determines
hey,
who's bad?
and he
You
fucked
know who
up
determines
Cody
who's bad,
Rhodes.
Eddie Money? CJ?
Triple H.
The script, motherfucker. The script,
Yeah.
baby.
The
Triple
writers.
H. The writers.
The
But see, my
writers,
issue,
man.
my
Four
issue with it
dorky
is
white
too,
dudes
though,
in the
like,
back.
my issue with it is too, though, like with Rock being, he's also in the storylines and he's a wrestler, but he's a part-timer and he's also on the board. Like, brother, you got too much control into stories. Like, you low-key kind of ruining shit. Like, you're fucking certain shit up. Like,
you
because
sound
you
like a
want to.
hater. You sound like a hater, Big Perm. You sound like a
Whoa,
hater.
whoa. I'm just being honest.
Now, you
I'm
sound
just
like
being
a
honest. I
hater.
think he got his foot in too much shit. He need to, you know.
Bro, they need him. The only reason they bring him back is because they need him.
Man,
Yeah, that's
they
what
don't
you
need
think.
him.
The fuck they don't.
Brother,
You- The
nobody
Rock
wants to
makes
watch
The
a fucking
Rock-
about to be 50-year-old Rock try to hustle his ass around the ring, brother.
Bro,
I
how
give
much
him.
does
He
he
did
make per
40
movie?
minutes. Like
how much does he make per movie? He don't
Shit, a
need the
shit ton.
WWF.
You don't
that's
The
need
what
it.
I'm
WWF
saying. We don't
needs
need
The Rock.
him.
You need him. That's
You
why
don't
he's
need
there.
him. We
That's
don't
why
need
John
him.
C- they
We don't need
him.
him performing. We don't need him in the match. Be a
He's there.
manager. Be the backdoor guy.
bullshit.
Be the bad
You
guy.
can't tell
But
me
you don't need to
him.
be in the ring fighting, dog. You're like
You're-
50-some. You're not moving
Dude,
around the
don't
same
tell me-
pace. It's not making
Dude.
the matches look good. I'm being honest.
Bro,
As a fan who's watching these matches, it's not looking good.
a lot of these
brother,
matches
it's
don't
slow.
look good. A lot of these matches.
You don't even know what you're talking. You don't know
Fact.
ball. You
dude,
don't know ball. You don't know
I-
ball. I'm calling you right now.
I know fake wrestling. I know fake wrestling.
WWE
Don't
has
do it like
not
that.
replaced The Rock.
No,
Thank
they
you,
have
Matthew.
not.
Thank you, Matthew.
That's
Thank you,
fact.
But
Matthew.
it's
They have not
time.
replaced The Rock as a superstar. They haven't, which is why they keep bringing him back, because these garbage ass motherfuckers like the Tribal King or whatever the fuck you guys call
you
him.
need to stop disrespecting Roman Reigns,
The
brother.
Tribal
You
King.
need to stop
Garbage
disrespecting
ass
Roman
nigga.
Reigns. Like
Listen,
for 4 or
Tribal
5
King.
years straight, he wasn't bringing in
The Tribal
$1
King.
billion every single year. Where the fuck
Bro.
is Jacob to be
Big
here
John.
to defend this shit?
Big
with me?
John.
Why am I going to war by myself over this shit,
Let
That's
me
how
tell
I
you
saw in the
this.
group chat earlier.
brother?
You like Sting in the ring with a baseball bat and 5 dudes just
Bruh,
swinging,
Bro,
swinging it
Rafa,
everywhere.
brother.
The Rock.
Next
is-
time I
is
see
it
you, man,
The Rock?
I'm gonna suplex your fat ass. Throw your ass in the pool.
Not only is The Rock the biggest star in the WWE, The Rock might be the biggest star on the planet. The dude, if he ran for president, might have fucking won. So
Yeah,
you
he might
need,
have.
so you need The Rock. Now that being said, there's always superstar. We all know Jake Paul's going to be there, right? Jake Paul's actually a good wrestler. He's
Sometimes.
actually
Whoa,
Jake
whoa,
Paul.
whoa! Stop it! Stop it!
Logan
It's
Paul.
Logan Paul. Let's
Logan
not mention
Paul.
Jake
Put that
Paul.
clip- Put that
But
fucking. Put that
let's not
Roman
mention
Reigns
Jake
comment
Paul.
up, Eddie Money. The Roman Reigns comment. That's fucking accurate as fuck.
Oh
accurate
yeah.
as fuck.
That is so
Accurate as
good.
fuck. Accurate
So
as
good.
fuck. You can't lead the shit, which is why they keep bringing the Rock.
That's true.
What?
It's
Brother,
true.
Lead the
brother,
shit.
Roman
You heard-
Reigns was
you
leading
can't-
this
you
shit for
heard me.
4 fucking years before they brought The Rock back. And they only brought him back for
Obviously,
Cody
he ain't
Rhodes.
leading up.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Obviously, they ain't
No,
leading
what are we
up.
talking about?
Obviously, they
No,
listen,
what?
if
No,
LeBron
what? No,
wasn't
no,
able
no, no,
to
no, no.
lead,
See, you
if
talking
Le-
out your
if
ass.
Le-
You only been paying
if
you only
LeBron
been paying
wasn't
attention
able
the
to
past
lead,
1 to 2 years. You're not doing your
I've been paying
research. You're not
attention
doing your
ever.
film.
I've been paying
Brother,
attention
okay?
since
The Rock
1998,
disappeared.
baby.
The
Since-
Rock was on the
listen.
board. He was doing board shit like he's supposed to.
But
He
I
just
stopped-
came
I
back.
ain't been paying
We
attention
didn't
since I
need him. Where
started
was he during the
fucking, baby.
pandemic? Where was he during that time? He wasn't doing jack shit but making movies. Roman Reigns was carrying that shit. What the
Dude,
fuck are we talking about?
He
Roman
obviously
Reigns,
wasn't
4
carrying.
fucking years.
He
$1
obviously
billion
wasn't-
every single year. He got them to Netflix. The Rock didn't do that shit.
There was
Roman
no
Reigns
Netflix.
made Netflix
Okay,
desirable. What
hold
the
on,
fuck?
hold on.
No Netflix.
The-
What are we talking
first-
about?
The very first night of the Netflix Monday Night Raw, who was the first person that came
Brother,
out?
Brother,
It was
Was
The
it The
Rock.
Was
it
The
wasn't
Rock?
part of
The Rock?
the storyline. Dog, what are we talking about? Roman Reigns has the longest reign of any title. No person will ever come
They
close
let
to that.
him. They
ever
let
again.
him. You
Because-
understand
brother,
that, right?
brother, because he was making them
him.
money. He was bringing money in. You
Big
don't
Perm,
just let
listen,
some guy hold the
listen,
title if
Perm.
he ain't showing his worth,
Perm,
right?
hold on.
Exactly.
Big Perm, hold on.
Exactly. What are we
Hold
talking
on.
about?
If he was carrying this shit, they would be fine, and they wouldn't have had to recycle The Rock.
Brother,
But they had to recycle The Rock, baby. Because,
brother, they brought hold
because
up.
the
No, I'm gonna tell
tribal
you like
king
this.
or the tribal queen or whatever the fuck you
No,
guys
see,
want to
look,
call him.
See,
He didn't
because you
carry.
don't know shit.
He
Because you
fell
don't know what
off.
you're talking about.
I'm just
He
telling
did
you.
not fall off. You know what he did? People bought Cody Reigns. At WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes lost to Roman Reigns. People were upset. They bitched and they moaned until Cody Rhodes got another shot at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And he finally won. That's when they brought The Rock in because Roman Reigns took a break. He took months off. So they brought The Rock in to help build a new storyline
Why
while
is The Rock
Roman
still here?
Reigns was
Why is
gone. Do you
why
not
is The Rock
understand
still here?
that? Do you see
Why is
how
The
when
Rock
one
still-
person leaves, then another one comes back? It's like Cena. His podcast just came back. Like, what do we like? Like, come on.
John,
need
Let's-
to-
let's- let's-
Matthew Roach just said, "Don't take it personal. Even in football, we haven't found the next Messi Ronaldo."
That's
You're
why
damn
they're
right
still
about
playing.
that.
That's why they're still playing.
Big John.
That's why they're still
But see,
playing.
my thing is, but Rob was arguing
Jay
this,
asked, "Why are you?"
but
talking
Rock
like
isn't
Jey
even in
Uso
his
right
top
now?
2. So what are we talking about?
The
Okay, hold on.
biggest-
Whoa.
the
I'm
biggest
giving a way
telltale
better
sign.
promo than Jey Uso. Don't disrespect me
Listen.
like that, motherfucker. What the fuck? Little stupid ass nigga.
What happened?
Do
Go
not
ahead,
use
Eddie.
that
Go ahead, Eddie.
word.
Give a
My
second, Eddie.
fault.
Go ahead, Eddie.
God damn, I am a
This is-
human.
This is what
Jesus.
Rafa understands. So, Big John, you know the ins and outs. You know the storylines. You know this and that.
Yes.
Okay. And this is what Rafa knows. Rafa knows business. And this is the telltale sign that The Rock is the biggest star. Why? Because the first night of Netflix, where every eye, their biggest night ever, and their most views ever, 2 moments, right? And you know these like the back of my head. Who was the first person to get the mic on that Monday Night Raw on Netflix? It was The Rock. They put their biggest star and he crushed it. Now, the most viewed moment when John Cena went heel, who was in charge of that? The Rock. That shit had 70 million views in hours worldwide. It was The Rock. It's undoubtedly The Rock is the biggest star. You might not think he can't wrestle anymore, but he is the biggest draw. He is the biggest draw. And I'm just sorry. It's just the truth.
There's no denying it, baby.
And look. My first argument was I don't want to see him wrestle. I never said I don't want to see him in general. But look, then Rafa wanted to disrespect Roman Reigns. I'm trying to argue that Roman Reigns is like 1A, 1B with The Rock when it comes to this shit. Even somebody in the comments say he comes close. Yes, I understand. The Rock is going to be the guy. Will always be the biggest draw, the biggest superstar in the world, not just WWE. I understand that.
Facts.
But put respect on Roman Reigns' name because he did carry this company and he has elevated this company. especially through the Vince McMahon fucking tribulations and all that bullshit.
Nobody
When
gives a fuck
everybody
about
was giving up on,
nobody
uh,
nobody gives a fuck about that. Come on.
see,
Nobody gives a
that
fuck about
that
that.
matters though.
That doesn't matter.
Because he's helping carrying the company. He's bringing in, he's drawing in fans. The Rock
you're
wasn't
not-
there at that time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, and The
Like-
Rock is there now, and The Rock has
Now.
been back for how long? How long has The Rock been back?
A year.
So in a year, The Rock is still carrying because the Tribal Queen can't seem to get back on track, right? Because
Right.
The Rock is still a bigger draw. As great of a draw as the Tribal Queen was for the 4 years,
Why do
that-
you keep saying tribal queen? Like what is up with that? Like no, because you know what you're
I
doing.
love
Like,
it.
let's stop the
I love
bullshit.
it.
Okay, it's tribal chief, or just say Roman Reigns. Okay,
Whatever.
let's say that.
fucking
And I told
queen-
you, Roman Reigns took
He
time
could
off.
be-
Okay, he took a sabbatical. That's why they brought Rock back. Okay, that's why they said we need you in the ring. We need you to talk more. We need you in this storyline with Cody Rhodes, which is a year long. You see, you're talking about who turned John Cena heel. John Cena was there when Cody Rhodes won the belt. It's a long-term storyline. That's why Roman took time off, and they built this one. It's a branch, brother, along the lines of
Okay.
a long fucking tree.
We gotta-
Understand, you gotta understand that.
We got to wrap this up. We're going on 3 hours, but we had people are into it. I got a couple, probably the last question. Okay, so
Yeah.
WrestleMania always shocks people. We probably know Travis Scott's going to be there, right? Undoubtedly, like
Oh, no,
Travis
he's
Scott's
there.
gonna
Yeah,
be
he'll be there. He'll be there.
Like, how do they, because this is the biggest show of the year. Like, the writers have to come up like with, oh my God, Travis Scott's going to be there. You have the Paul's going to be there. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, is Trump going to be there? Like, what would blow your mind? Would could they pay Taylor Swift enough? Like,
Anybody got a
The
fuck
thing about the
that, dude?
WWE is they don't need necessarily to do that. Like they have
but
people
they
that
do.
no, hold up, listen. They have people that are actually interested in it. When they had Bad Bunny come along and he wrestled, like he actually was involved and he loved. See, look in the comments. I need that though. Bad Bunny and Travis Scott would fucking cook. I love it because Travis Scott wants to get in the ring. But see, like Travis Scott wants to be there, you know. He wanted to
You
be
just
the
said that
weekend.
the WWE didn't need it, and then there's two celebrities, and you're like, yeah, I need that.
No,
again.
but like they want to be there though. Like it's like
Thank
a
you, thank you,
co-partnership.
CJ.
Like
Thank you, CJ.
it's
They
like
need it
you know,
all.
like you just partner up. It's not like a need.
I'm
but
saying,
it's
but like, do the WWE need outside celebrities to enhance the spectacle or not?
Yes.
I mean, I guess you could say, yeah, I guess, but like it's not
because
like
the
they're
Tribal
going and
Queen
begging
can't
them for
carry,
it.
dog.
All right, bro. You're not begging for it, is what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to make it seem like
But
they're
that's
begging
what they
for it.
do. Big John,
People
that's
are
what they
interested
do.
to go. Like you know,
You got to be, if you spend $1,400 for some seats per seat, okay? I want to see, I want to see some magic. I want to see people disappear, someone possibly die. I want to see some shit. And we've already seen Travis Scott. We've already seen Travis Scott. We've already seen Mike Tyson. There has to be someone. We've seen Bad Bunny,
We've seen Donald Trump before.
Donald Trump before.
why?
Like-
I feel like that's not what it's supposed to be about. You're not going to go say, oh my God, who came? You're going there to watch the actual matches and watch the work. Like
Comment
okay,
before
that's
Eddie
where
Money.
you're gonna,
Comment before Eddie Money.
you know, like that's where you're gonna, that's where you're really gonna see it. You know, like I'm not going there to see who came to the show. I'm trying to see who's really cooking in the matches. You know,
Listen,
So-
okay, but that's for the fans. WrestleMania is always trying to expand. Like, did you hear what happened? Like, you're gonna watch. The fans are gonna watch.
yeah.
What's gonna be like? Holy shit! Like this person showed up. Like Bad Bunny, that was a shock, right? Like a bunch of Puerto Ricans now all over the fucking island, like fucking WW.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you would bring in like sports that I'm like, if you were to bring in somebody from like the UFC, or you know, if John Jones popped up or Alex Pereira,
Yes,
that's gonna
I see.
invite somebody like me to
Like
come
how they
watch.
did with Brock, like brought him back from the UFC,
I'm telling
Ronda
you.
Rousey. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
talking
Dog
shit
been
like
working
that.
out.
Not it's more so like other sports or
Bring in
other,
different genres. of people.
other niches.
People
yeah,
who watch
other
real
genres.
sports to entertainment.
I'm telling
you.
you, watch
Right.
out for
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, like they've
Travis
had
Kelce.
like they did like a little stint a couple months ago with Tyrese Halliburton and what's the dude from the Knicks?
Oh, Julius Randle, right?
No. He's
Brunson?
light skinned. Brunson. And they had like
Brunson.
they had them on like coming to the ring, and they had them on like a few episodes. But like,
they're not coming. I'm just gonna let you know. They're in the middle of some shit.
well, man, like, I'm not expecting them to come. I'm just giving you an example. My bad. Like,
No. I'm saying.
but I'm
LeBron
not sure.
would
Like,
be funny as hell. If
I
you
mean,
brought
I would
LeBron,
I would expect
be
some
great.
people to go. Like, I know. I mean, like, it's probably not a big name, but like Vanessa Hudgens, she's come to like a lot of the PLEs
I know
and
who
stuff
that
like
is, though.
that.
Oh, how about
Someone slamming Vanessa Hudgens in the middle of the ring, or
I've seen.
No, but
hold
like,
on.
I mean,
I
in the
got one.
crowd, like, I don't know what you want me to.
I
I'm
got
trying to
one.
answer your
CJ.
question.
Kittles. He loves WWE. He's
Oh
been
yeah,
to
Kittle would
events.
be there. George Kittle would
Kid-
be there because
How
he's gone
about
in the
we-
ring and stuff a couple
How
times.
about we have
just
George?
LeBron knows how to sell a punch.
That's for
That'd be
sure.
funny as fuck.
Well,
No, man, Rafa put down his phone for that one.
Well, what happened? What happened?
I think Roger said
LeBron
LeBron
was
knows how to
mentioned.
sell a punch.
Well, LeBron ain't doing that shit. LeBron don't need it.
true. True.
Well, this has been a
I-
phenomenal episode.
It has.
Great
it was,
episode.
It was all worth it. Big John, your passion, dude. Your camera was shaking. Someone said that. you
No,
were
yeah,
gonna
I
plug
kept
your
hitting the
computer.
fucking screen.
Yeah,
Everyone thought he was gonna break your computer.
Rafa
No, I
had
know.
you at a level 10 alert.
Hey,
I
hey,
love
love
that.
that
just
shit.
letting y'all know. Just letting y'all know. Stay tuned. Me and that boy Yaakov, we want to do a little WWE podcast
guys-
thing.
100%.
And I got some homies out here who want to do one too. So
I've
So
been
stay
saying it for
tuned, stay
months.
tuned.
You guys need to have a one-off, like a spin-off of Two Nobodies.
yeah,
I might
we
start.
just-
I might start watching this shit just to talk shit to you guys.
bro.
How
Yeah,
much?
I'm
How much?
telling
How
you.
much is the event to watch?
That's what Rick asked.
Um,
He said, "What's the average price for this type of event?"
Well, for WrestleMania shit, it's like, well,
It has to be
Jacob
100.
bought tickets. I know Jacob bought tickets like months ago, and he bought them like 1,400 each.
1,400.
The prices
Both
went
days.
down
Both days, right?
like this week, I think.
Both
for both
days.
days, yeah.
Jason free on Peacock.
No, it is. It is. If you have
Is it
Peacock, I
free on
got
Peacock?
Peacock. It is.
Everybody.
I
has
got
No,
a
it's
Peacock.
not. No, it's not. It is.
Well, if you have a Peacock subscription.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I've watched every PLE on Peacock. I love it. I
what
like
the fuck is PLE?
Yeah. what the fuck
premium
is
live
it?
event. That's the pay per view. That's their term for pay per
Just
view.
say pay per view, please.
So
No, I'm gonna use PLE.
I could pay $5.99 for Peacock. So I could get Peacock for $5.99 and watch WrestleMania.
Yeah.
No, Eddie, you get it. Yeah, not a pay per view though. PLE though, dog. It's
PLE.
different.
Well, listen,
It's
Yeah.
different.
Eddie, how many beefs do we have? Like, I feel like Two Nobodies have so many inner niche beefs. Like John and Rafa beef for WWE. Me
Oh,
and
yeah.
you beef for Brock Purdy. Like,
Yes.
there's just so many different.
Eddie and
intertwining-
I beef for Brock.
I
Purdy
just
as
beef
well.
with Eddie Money
Yeah,
because he
you're
think he
right.
better
There's so
than
many
me for
different
real.
beefs.
He might
Zach-
be right, but it's
Zach
whatever.
and Rafa with the SEC.
I still think
That's
I'll
how
keep
you
it
And
on.
LeBron.
man.
And
Yeah.
LeBron.
And LeBron.
Yes. Yeah. Jay, straight people against gay people.
Facts. Facts.
Zach versus LeBron.
Me and
Oh,
Jay,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking Luke it beefs with himself. He doesn't know if he's a Michigan or Michigan State fan.
Yeah, that's
Either way, they're both ass.
They're both ass-tastic.
But he went to Michigan State. That's the fucking horrible part.
Look at Jay.
Jesus.
Jay goes, okay, guys.
Sully's
Fucking-
Jupiter.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, CJ, do black people golf? 100%. You remember that?
oh,
Tiger.
yeah.
I can't tell you how many black people I see on the golf course. That is such a disrespectful fucking take, dude. I gotta
Dude,
How
take
many
people-
Puerto Ricans?
Two.
Yeah.
One on the PGA Tour and me. Yeah.
And then Rafa's only Cuban?
I'm 100% the only Cuban out there.
Yes.
No doubt about it. For sure. But Trump goes to event out where? Some crazy town, but not Los Angeles.
Listen, Trump was in Philly for you will know if Trump is gonna be there
Yes,
Well,
Well, it is
Sunday night,
Vegas, so they'll
town
probably
will be
fucking
secured.
go.
because it took everyone 2 hours to get in that joint.
I don't think I would
Dude, he-
ever go to an event with somebody like that. That would piss me off. I'm sorry.
It was
Dude,
cool.
he was golfing. He was golfing on Sunday or on Saturday at his at the Doral or the course out by him. And some guy had a fucking tea time, and he didn't even know that Trump was gonna be there, and he gets his whole bag fucking served by
Oh, yeah.
fucking Secret
Matthew
Service.
Roach is a
No,
Roman
Rafa
Reigns
hate-
just like
Rafa would
LeBron,
hate
and The Rock
that.
is Jordan. Just kidding, Rafa.
Oh, come on, man! Don't
Come
do
on,
that.
man.
Don't
Oh,
do
the
that.
Raiders did give Roman Reigns a jersey.
They
Saw
did,
that.
which is funny because he's a Niners fan.
Bang bang
Look,
bang.
Let's
Really?
think. You know what? I got one. I got one.
Definitely the
Is it-
tribal queen now. Come on, man.
All right, watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth.
So when you think Vegas, who do you think of?
Dana
I
White.
think.
When you
I
think
think.
Vegas,
Gambling.
I think Dean Martin,
I think
Sammy
Dana White.
Davis Jr.
Okay, they're dead.
Oh, you're
John-
talking about just
John
general.
Gruden. John
What about
Gruden will
Caesar?
show up. John
Max
Gruden will
Crosby.
show up.
Max-
Oh, Max Crosby! Max Crosby will be in the ring. That's a good one. I'm telling you. Vegas, I'm just telling you, man.
Dana White.
Ooh. All right.
Did you say Vanna White or Dana White?
Who is Fana?
Oh.
You don't know who Vanna White is?
Oh, you don't know who Vanna White is?
I know who Vanna White is.
Let me get an N.
Jay, you just did the gayest thing. You said yas.
Yes.
Oh,
unironically.
We know
You
Jay.
kick people?
We know Jay. We
Yeah,
know.
can we kick Jay?
Can we-
Jay so
Can we
Jay
kick
so
people?
gay. Jay,
Jason.
Jay so
How
fucking
gay is he?
fucking Jay
Yes.
yes. Of course I am. Mark
Of
Davis,
course.
John Gruden with a fresh bowl cut. Mark Davis will be there with his fucking 23-year-old
Oh.
girlfriend who supposedly
Tom-
didn't know that he
I
was
ain't going
rich.
nowhere. Jay's
Tom
typing
Brady?
is kicking his feet right now.
Tom Brady.
Tom
He's
Brady?
laying down on his stomach.
Laying down on his stomach, kicking his feet
Kicking
like,
his
oh my
feet.
God, guys.
And doing his shoulders like this.
Stop.
Doing his shoulders like this.
like, guys, you guys are so
And then he puts the
Hey,
fingers
hilarious.
out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God,
Okay,
yay.
okay. Jay getting
Stop.
bashed, literally
Okay.
and figuratively.
Does anyone want to take this bet with me?
Let's hear it.
Okay. I got, and I need odds 5-1. So I'm putting 20 to someone's 100 that Tom Brady will make an appearance at WrestleMania.
No, not me.
No, I'm not taking that.
You won't
I'm
take
not taking
that?
No, I
don't
think
think
I think it
that.
happens. I don't. Yeah, I think it'll be there.
I feel like, oh.
Okay.
I feel like
I-
it'll be there. It'll happen.
I think we've exhausted this. We are 3 hours. We have
It's Vegas. I feel like people are just gonna want to go to Vegas because it's Vegas and just be like, "Fuck it, I'll go to
Oh, wait, let me-
WrestleMania." You know, I got
I'm
bread like
saying-
that. I got
I'm
bread like
saying-
that. Let me drop a cool 1400. That ain't none, right, Rafa? Just
Yeah,
lay
I
it
don't
on
know
the
about-
table,
I
right?
don't know about all that.
Listen.
shit. Fuck that.
Oh,
I
my
think
fault,
they're
my
having-
fault.
they're having a
Jason
They're
free
having
on
a-
Peacock. That's what I heard.
they're having
Plus,
a Hall
it's
of
Easter
Fame.
$5.99
Sunday. I
for
gotta
the
go to church.
subscription.
It's Easter Sunday. I'm gonna be at
You
mass.
can watch it on Saturday.
Shut up, Rafa.
Listen,
Damn.
they're,
Yeah,
they
like
are
you
go
don't,
there
yeah,
every
don't-
Easter-
like,
hey,
don't do-
every,
come on.
every Easter Sunday at fucking midnight. I fucking watch the Italian mass. Go fuck yourselves, you assholes.
Oh,
There you go.
Wow.
how am I supposed to know that? I don't live with you, Rafa.
I'm just
Right,
letting you
bars.
know.
Oh, you let me. Well, thank you, but don't
I'm
call
just
me no
letting you know.
asshole, okay? Just because I'm not informed don't mean I'm an asshole. I'm just misinformed.
My bad.
Uninformed.
My bad, tribal chief. My bad. My bad.
Thank you.
That's
Hey,
the
thank
demon
you.
in
Thank you.
Big
Demon
John is
ass.
more Big John is more of a tribal chief than fucking Roman Reigns.
I'll
tell you
take
that
it. Shit, as
I'll
long
take-
as you call
that
me the
shit
tribal
right
Hey,
now.
hey, Big John, you look WWE ready, bro. You look
Doesn't
great.
he look fucking ready
You-
to roll?
Dude.
What
No,
the
the
fuck?
trapeze.
I just hit shoulders today too. You feel
the
me?
trapeze.
Just hit. Ah.
Motherfucker got a built-in roll neck.
You fucking injecting that shit right in
Who
your
want to go hidden drills?
Motherfucker, he got a
Mhm.
built-in neck roll. This motherfucker looks like fucking the Boz at Oklahoma. You see that shit, Eddie?
dude. Those
Dude,
are
if I
some-
look like that, I walk around with crop tops.
Oh
Like, just-
hell yeah.
Like fucking LeVar
Talk to us,
Arrington
man.
and fucking Ray Lewis.
Hey,
and shit.
summer's around the corner.
Hey, you feel me? I'm locked and loaded, baby. You feel me? Locked and loaded. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh
Come
man,
on.
I love it. Good shit, fellas.
We got
miss y'all,
we-
miss y'all,
Jay
man.
says that's
No.
fine, to be honest.
And what
Hey,
Jay-
Jay,
what
don't
Jay-
ever disrespect me like that, brother.
Hey,
Don't ever
hey.
disrespect me like that.
Big John, what he meant by that is that you have the physique that he preferences in a man. Is what.
Hey,
he
Right.
brother, stay away
He's
from me.
looking. He said he's looking at
I
you.
cannot
Yeah,
let you
yeah,
get
yeah.
close. I cannot
Hey,
let you
dude,
get close.
He has screenshotted this fucking your close-ups at least 4 times a night.
And he
No doubt.
timestamped it. He timestamped it himself.
Oh my goodness.
I
By
don't
the
want to do
way,
this no more, guys. I'm gonna have to log out.
Dodgers are
What's
up
up,
7-1 in the first inning.
Guys, I heard we got
All right.
fucked up last week.
Fuck him. Yeah, we did.
All right. Let's get last words. Last words. CJ, I'll start with you.
Brock Purdy is an amazing quarterback.
Wow. That's why they haven't given him
Wow.
a deal yet. Eddie Money.
That got deep.
Glad to see my boy John on here. Bringing up
Yeah,
the
looking
energy.
good, Papa. Looking
I'm
Look
good.
giving you a
good.
hug, brother. I'm giving you a
Yeet, yeet.
hug.
Big John, any last words, man?
Hey, man, it's a pleasure always coming on this show. I love you guys. You guys are like family, man. I miss you guys.
Miss
Hopefully,
you,
I'll be
man.
coming down there soon.
You crushed
Um,
it.
Hey, you guys know what it is. WrestleMania weekend, but it's
Yeet,
also
yeet.
Holy Week. So make sure you go give praise to God.
Amen.
You know, you recognize what Jesus did for us this week, the
Amen.
ultimate sacrifice. So make sure you go and give your respect and your praise to him this week. But I'm going to end it like this. We're yeeting our way to WrestleMania weekend, baby. Yeet. Let's
Yeet.
go. Let's go.
Rafa,
Clip that. Send that shit to me.
I can't believe we spent over
Did an hour.
talking
an
about
hour
wrestling.
on.
about wrestling.
Yeah.
I can't
An
believe
hour.
it. NBA playoffs start on Saturday, baby. Tune in.
Woo.
Yes. I will say this, guys. It was so much damn fun. Wait for the spinoff with Big John and Jacoby and Myers. That's coming to you soon, guys. We had a lot of people up in the chat. Flores, Uncle Zero, Will Hanley, aka Joe Klatt. We had a lot of people.
Matthew Rocha,
Matt, we love you, Matt. That being
Gay
said, guys,
J.
yes. Zach. Zach is like, acknowledge me. Like Zach,
Acknowledge me right now.
like bro. Can you,
Melanie as well sat on the mic.
Oh,
And was
yeah,
better
Mel!
on the mic.
Mel.
Melanie was better on the mic in front of the camera than
Than
her
Zach.
brother.
oh,
Yeah.
facts. We just get Melanie. Say
Disappointed.
bye. Say bye, Mel. Say
Disappointed,
bye.
Zach.
Say bye to Melody's.
Bye, guys. Yeet.
Bye,
See
Melanie.
ya.
Yeah, yeet, yeet.
Yeet. All right, guys.
All
Good
right,
night.
so,
Love you guys.
Praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir. Amen.